What's up, everybody? I'm fucking hungry as shit. I'm hungry as shit. Oh man. God damn, I'm so fucking hungry, man. When is this food gonna get here? Estimated 758? Damn, dude. Fuck. Starving. Need a haircut, man. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Damn, man. I got some shit to talk about today. I'm stumped. I'm kind of stumped. There's things it's making me question a lot of things. You know? I don't know. What's the deal? I'm trying to understand some stuff with Biden, you know? His speech in Ohio. Yeah, I get the whole, like... So my theory with the infrastructure thing was like... I'll talk about it later, when everyone gets here. I don't want to spoil it. Oh shit. This is actually wrong. It's 14 days. 2 weeks exactly. 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks. Am I gonna be in a hot tub? You know, I was thinking about it. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do the hot tub thing. And the reason is not because of what you think. The reason is because, I don't know. I'm kind of paranoid now, you know? I have so many enemies, and I thought about what if people dox me, you know? What if people try to dox me? Maybe I can set it up in a way that it won't be... I'm kind of being paranoid because, like, I don't think you could just from the hot tub, but... I don't know, I'll have to plan something. But, you know... We'll see. We'll see. Put a background. It's also, there's too many variables, you know, like it's gonna be public, and there's gonna be people there. There's probably gonna be people there, you know? And I can't control what they do, right? So that's a liability for me. Because I can't control everybody that's gonna be there. Super hungry, man. You know, guys, let me show you how fucked up. So at like 5, I ordered food. Then I opened the app and I realized I didn't check out. So I just ordered food 30 minutes ago. Oh man, dude, I'm so fucking hungry. I'm starving. Fucking starving, dude. I ordered the same shit as I did yesterday. I'm famished. Last night I had cinnamon sticks, And I don't know why. I was just craving them. I don't need unhealthy. Okay, I don't need unhealthy. And I was just craving cinnamon sticks specific. Not cinnamon sticks specifically. Like, I was craving sugar, but not candy. You know? Not candy. Some kind of like substantive dessert. Like ice cream, cake. So I settled on cinnamon sticks. And I just devoured them. And I don't know why. But if I was craving it that badly, clearly my body did need it, you know? That's how you think about it. If you're craving it that much, clearly your body, that's what your body wants, you know? What am I looking for? This one. The fuck? The album doesn't have it. So weird. No, it's right here. Oh, it's here. Yeah. Oh man. Oh wow. Why was Orwell a creep? Like, I know he was an asshole, he was also a creep. Man, I can't wait to get a haircut. You guys know I noticed something? I like to think of myself as infamous, you know? Every time I'm on Twitter, and people are like categorizing lists, I'm never on the fucking list. So that made me realize, like, I'm really not that famous yet, you know? Like, we have a lot of viewers, but we're still only at 4K subs. And on Twitch, we only have 2K followers. So I'm not really that famous. You know, I still gotta be famous. Get a fade? I can't. I don't know, maybe I can, I don't know. Yeah, I have like I can't get like a official thing, you know, like where they put fucking alcohol on it and shit. It's just not my type of hair. I can get it faded on the sides. How's the weather where you guys live? How's the weather where y'all live, huh? Short on the sides? It's hot? No way. It snowed in Canada? The fuck? That sucks. It snowed? Holy shit, hold on. Let me see if it's gonna snow. Right, nope. Actually, tomorrow, this weekend's supposed to be pretty nice, but it's gonna get lows of like, wow, the lows are bad. What kind of fucking summer is this, huh? Well, actually, summer doesn't start till the 20th, right? So, I guess it's a deal. You know, it's a trade-off. Sunny sometimes in Russia. Yeah, spring and summer, right? The fuck? H3's wife is pregnant. Okay. I don't give a shit. I mean, do you guys care? Because I don't. We're gonna talk about this, okay? Not yet, but that's gonna be like the subject matter. But is he the husband? It'd be crazy if he wasn't the husband. I mean the father. So if do they know he's the father? Okay, does anyone give a shit about this fucking gorilla? I don't, dude. Fuck Harambe. Fuck Harambe. I don't give a shit about Harambe. First of all, Harambe was a clear and present danger to that kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kid, he was dragging him and shit, you know? Shit, put that gorilla down, man. Imagine that's your kid. You know? I'm sorry, Harambe deserved it. This big fucking gorilla. Dude, imagine that's your kid. Imagine that's your kid, dude. I'm the father? Fuck no. Fuck no. Ethan, H3, dude, with all due respect, keeper. You know what I mean? Like, no man, keeper, dude, keeper. You know, that's all yours. That's all yours, you know, I got nothing to do with that. Cowards. Shut up. Who gives a fucking shit about January 6th, huh? Because I don't. Reddit? Okay. Timothy McVeigh. Creepy Joe. Man, he's fucking creepy. What the fuck is this?
Denn alles, was sie machen, ist für mich und meine Träume wie ein Trip ins Paradies. Verrückte Jungs machen Sachen, die andere Jungs nicht machen. So total verliebt und darum finde ich dich so süß.
Monkeys can change their accent to communicate with other species. Look at this fucking cope. Look at this cope. The human genome has been finally sequenced. Too bad genes aren't real, and therefore neither is genomes. Stupid bitch. I gotta be the one out here spreading the truth. The human genome. Shut up, you fucking fake scientist. I'm hungry, guys. I kind of like don't even want to check the Reddit until I get my food. Cause I'm just starving, dude. I'm fucking famished. God damn. Thoughts on the Unabomber? What do you want me to say? He was a Unabomber. He did it alone. I always am worried that my screen is up. My screen's gonna be up while I'm streaming. You guys know that? Like, I'm always scared that I'm showing my Chrome browser. How the fuck is Uber scamming me? Hold on, I want to see this. The fuck is this? Uber scamming me?
Among the pantheon of corporations that have emerged out of Silicon Valley, Uber occupies a
Have I talked about the economic calculation problem yet? Okay. I'm going to actually try to be nice about this, because I was going to say something mean, but I'm going to say something nice now. So, Grand Strat, how old are you? You're probably like 16, right? You're probably like 15, 16, and you're probably on TikTok, and you're arguing with fellow children, and you're trying to use me as ammunition in that debate. True or false? 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 Kinda true. Exactly, dude. Exactly. I understand. I understand. All the children, they're arguing about shit. Let me tell you the truth of that whole debate. Ready? It's a completely meaningless discussion you're having with all those people. Like, it is there is no truth on any side. Everyone is wrong. You're all wrong. You're all wrong. And there is no meaning to what you're doing when you're like, there's no meaning. There's no ends to it. It doesn't lead anywhere. Okay?
special place. The company is worth $100 billion. Hundreds of billions of dollars.
I know the Putin-Biden thing is coming. I know.
Worth of trips and delivery orders.
What do I think of the Austrian school in general? Do you want to know what the actual significance of the Austrian school in history is? It's about the fucking internet. Okay? It's not about real life per se, but it is about the internet. It's about issues about digital sovereignty. It's about Bitcoin. That's what it all culminates into, the Austrian school. That's what it's like. Its historical purpose is to be about the internet world.
Have been booked using its app. It gets tens of billions of dollars in revenue each year. Uber is everywhere, and the narrative of Uber is also everywhere. It says that Uber is innovative, that it can disrupt the taxi industry and make money doing it, and that it can offer...
It's not going to be a debate. They're going to meet one-on-one in Switzerland, and I don't know when. Let me turn up the volume on this bitch, though. So, how is Uber scamming me? Let's see. Let me hear the debate.
Flexibility and opportunity to its army of drivers. Everybody wins. There's one problem. None of that is true. Let's start with one basic fact. For a company so prominent, there's something very strange. Uber has never, not once, turned a single profit. You might be confused. How can it be that such a large...
Okay, yeah. When was this relevant? Yeah, does Destiny know this? The biggest... No, wait, it's not... This is not the argument I was using against Destiny. This was the argument I was using against leftoids. Yeah, because leftoids don't get this, dude. Most companies today, they operate at a loss. Do you know that? Most of the newest companies. I'm talking about companies that aren't the leftovers of the past, but are like the new ones. Profit is inessential. Yeah. You didn't know that? Oh, well, you know now.
Large company with such a popular service has simply never...
But leftoids still think we're living in the capitalism from 100 years ago where, you know, yeah.
Made money. When you find out the answer, you just...
Was Ayn Rand the Lenin for capitalism? No, that's stupid, dude. Ayn Rand copied Lenin. Did you not know that? She actually copied Lenin philosophically. Did you know that?
Discover something important. You discover that Uber is fundamentally a scam. A company that exists to scam its investors, its users, and most importantly, to scam its workers. Despite everything you might hear, Uber is not a technology company. While the company may brag about its sophisticated algorithm, in reality, Uber is just another taxi company.
This, okay, yeah. The truth, okay, this is wrong, but here's the truth about the word technology. So every time people, what do they mean by the tech sector, huh? Does the tech sector actually create new technologies? No. Actually, most of the actual technology was created in the 20th century What actually technology means is cybernetics. Okay, that's what it means. It means information apparatuses. It doesn't actually mean making technology. It just means fucking datafying shit, things like that. Like, it all follows a pattern. You know, it's not actually new technology. It's the application of cybernetics with the use of technology from the 20th century.
There's nothing fundamentally more efficient about Uber than there was with your local taxi service. The business is the same. There's no real way to innovate someone driving someone or something.
What's the goal of capitalists today if it's not profit? I'm hungry, dude. No, sorry. I was gonna say, it's an interesting question. It's mainly the creation of, dude, I'm so hungry. Fuck, I can't even think. It's mainly the creation of fucking, I don't want to say platforms, because, yeah, but it is kind of like that. It's the creation of these privatized, private socialistic, like, empires, basically, that grow on the basis of data, attention, things like that. You know, profit is no longer its own ends. You know? Eat a snack. I don't have snacks, dude. I'm literally starving right now. I'm waiting for this food. Like, I can barely think right now.
From point A
you got notified how long you've been on? For like 30 minutes.
To point B. Using an app to match riders with drivers is so simple that...
No, it's not that data is profit. It's... When I eat, my thoughts will be clearer. I'm just literally thinking about my stomach being hungry right now.
Local taxi companies...
So they want power, not profit? No. No, dude, no. Trust me, no. It's not it.
Do the same thing. In fact, Uber is less efficient than taxi companies. Most normal taxi companies...
Technically, right, when you think about it, all of these big companies, whether they're Amazon or something else, always seem to have some weird esoteric end goal that's like similar to like what communism was for the Soviet Union. Like, obviously Elon Musk has Mars, but if you guys don't know, Amazon also has Blue Origin, right? So Bezos, he also wants to go to space. They all have very grandiose end goals that they purport to be the real reason why they're doing what they're doing. And Google is the same. You know, these people are not here just saying, oh yeah, we have this enterprise because we're here just to turn a profit. No, they all have goals in mind, some kind of goal, you know? They have some kind of goal for the future in mind. Is that goal real? Is that goal materially, you know, real? That's debatable, but something strange is going on indeed, is what I would say. And all these goals always seem to be so ambitious and not confined to the sphere of what the company is capable of doing. You know? To be honest with you, ask yourself this question. What is the goal of GM? What is the goal of Ford? What is the goal of, you know, American domestic car manufacturers? Is it really to turn a profit? Well, let me tell you something. At this point, I don't think it is. I think those companies serve a national strategic interest that is political. It's not actually about just turning up. I mean, they need to turn profits because profitability is a measure of the sustainability of an enterprise. But can I tell you that these companies exist just to turn a profit? No, these companies exist probably for national strategic and national security and geostrategic, etc. kind of reasons. I've pointed this out before. You know, when I said that we live in socialism, everyone freaked out. But I don't know what else you can call it, you know?
Don't spend huge amounts on marketing or lobbying or corporate headquarters. They don't pay their CEO $45 million a year. Uber has higher costs than traditional taxi operators.
Is Ayn Rand's objectivism in any way comparable to dialectical materialism? It's comparable, but it's obviously different. But they're more similar than you'd think. It's more similar than you would think. believe it or not. It's more similar than you'd expect.
Operators in every
It is actually more similar than you would expect, believe it or not.
category except fuel. So why is Uber everywhere while taxi companies go out of business? It all goes back to Uber's master plan. First, with massive amounts of money from venture capitalists, Uber subsidized significantly cheaper rides than what taxi companies could offer to attract customers away from them. Then, after years of undercutting competitors and driving them to bankruptcy, resulting in a wave of suicides by cab drivers.
Okay, I'm not against the cab drivers, but why is it that the left always sides with legacy industries in general, right? You ever notice like the left, it's never on the side of the future in any kind of way, you know? Am I like against what's going on to the taxi drivers? Yeah, I'm against it. It's obviously not a good thing. But the truth is that it's the same thing with unions too. I mean, yeah, this is going to piss off a lot of people, but same shit when it comes to unions. It's the same thing, you know? Leftists are conservative in a bad way, you know? Like, all I ever get from Jacobin or PragerU, I always get them like just saying, oh yeah, this new thing is bad and the old thing is, you know, it has to be preserved. You know what I mean? Like the taxi driver syndicates. You know, it's just, yeah.
Uber established near monopolies in local markets. Now, Uber is often the default.
The left sides with the American state bureaucracy. That's the truth.
Way to get around if you don't have a car. And once Uber has eradicated its competition, it can make
keep control. Okay, here's where you lost me though, because when you're talking about control and you're talking about, you know, just control for control's own sake, you're talking about bullshit. You're talking about Foucault. You're talking about liberal view of power and how that works. And it's just not. No one wants to control things for the sake of control. Okay, it's just not how it works.
Self-profitable at expense of users.
Like control has an ends. Okay, there's always an ends to control. It's not just for its own sake.
Drivers, raising its fares to what taxis offered or higher, while pushing down drivers' wages. The plan is not efficiency, it's monopoly. And that's not just me theorizing. A 73-page article in the...
Do I think Foucault was an op? Whether he was or wasn't, his fans are retarded. And I don't see what Foucault has contributed to anything. Think about it, like, What does Foucault teach us about anything, huh? Nothing.
Transportation Law Journal took a deep look at Uber's business and concluded one thing.
The fuck? An Uber ride from JFK to Manhattan is $300 now? Holy shit.
Uber has no ability, now or in the foreseeable...
I wouldn't chalk that up to trying to turn a profit. I would chalk that up to yeah, it's not because they're trying to turn a profit. I don't know what makes rides. Usually rides are more expensive because of like supply and demand type of thing, right? If there's less people, if it's way more busy and there's less people available, then you know the demand is higher. Then the price rises. So it's probably increased demand. That's what I would chalk it up to. Less drivers, more demand. Yeah, more demand in proportion to the number of available drivers. That's why an Uber is so expensive from... Well, then that's going to bring back the taxi business, right? Because clearly Uber's not, you know... I know a cab drive couldn't be that fucking expensive from JFK to Manhattan. Yeah, a cab drive probably isn't that fucking expensive.
Future to earn sustainable profits in a competitive marketplace. Uber's investors cannot earn returns on the money they invest without achieving levels of market dominance that would allow them to exploit anti-competitive market power. So that is Uber's grand plan. It is not increasing the productivity or efficiency of the industry that it's in. It's subsidizing its rides with venture capital cash until it can build a monopoly and do whatever it wants. So users who buy Uber's narrative may be getting scammed, but no
Oh man, I'm so hungry, guys. Sorry. Damn, I'm
is getting
hungry.
it worse than Uber's workers. So, Uber relies on classifying drivers as independent contractors. In the United States, that means an individual
I
provides
gotta take a piss. I'm gonna let this video continue and we'll come back and we'll check the Reddit. I'll be right back.
services to a company, but is independent of the company and its control. Uber says that because drivers can choose what work to accept and for how long, they're fully independent. Now, most of Uber's workers drive part-time, but they actually do relatively little driving, and 90% of them quit each year. The majority of Uber's labor is done by a smaller group of workers who drive full-time for the company. So who are these drivers? In cities like New York, the vast majority are immigrants from places like India, Bangladesh, and Haiti. They desperately need cash to support their families and send remittances back home. These are people at the very margins of our society. And how does Uber treat them? Uber treats them like a pool of cheap labor, easy to exploit and then discard. Uber's always been clear about one thing. It does not care about its drivers. At Uber's green light centers, where drivers register with the company, they were not even allowed to enter bathrooms reserved for employees. In fact, when Uber was talking about how it would become profitable, it stated clearly that it wanted to get rid of its drivers and transition entirely to self-driving cars. But Uber's technology was so bad that after burning billions of dollars, it had to give up. So for now, Uber is stuck with its drivers. And in order to appear like it's coming closer to profitability, it's been cutting their wages since 2015. Whenever Uber increases its cut from each trip or reduces the minimum rate for drivers, its margins improve by that much immediately. As a result, Uber drivers regularly earn less than the minimum wage. After taking hidden costs like fuel into account, the average Uber driver earns a little over $9 an hour, about 50% less than what taxi drivers made before Uber. In fact, half of Uber drivers live at or below the poverty level. 20% of them have to use food stamps to survive. Unable to afford a home, some drivers even sleep in their cars. Drivers with nothing to their name get trapped in predatory car rental schemes promoted by Uber. They garnish your wages until you've paid it off with interest. One study from Georgetown found that a third of drivers reported falling into a debt trap. Some ended up earning less than $5 an hour. And because its drivers are technically independent contractors, Uber can avoid pesky requirements like
Apparently my food is on the way.
minimum wages, health insurance, or paid sick leave. Drivers can't unionize to bargain for better conditions. Uber has all the power, and it makes sure it can stay that way. When California tried to classify drivers as employees, Uber spent hundreds of millions of dollars on a campaign to overturn it with a ballot proposition written by Uber's lawyers. And even though Uber talks about flexibility, that's not what drivers actually experience. Drivers may not have physical bosses to order them around, but they're ruled by something even worse, an algorithmic overseer that's more intrusive than any flesh and
This is
blood
actually related to what I'm gonna cover about Biden because, yeah, you'll see how it's related. It's fucking crazy. You'll see.
boss could ever be. Uber's
You'll see.
only actual innovations are in surveilling and disciplining its workforce. They're always watching, monitoring driving behavior, calculating fraud profiles, using invisible secret functions.
You know what? I've never had a bad Uber experience. Like, I've never had a driver who was like bad, you know?
To discipline drivers as well as customers. Fall below an arbitrary
Dystopian? I don't think it's dystopian, dude. I don't really care. I don't care who monitors me. I just don't give a shit. As long as it's a company of scale and not like an individual, I don't give a shit, dude. If Uber wants to, Uber can put a camera in my toilet bowl, and I don't give a fuck, dude. Go ahead, Uber. I don't give a shit. You really want to see that? But then again, like, I'm not part of the American social contract. I understand rural people have a problem with it. Rural people are part of the social contract of the American state. So if you come and do this to rural people, you know, you're violating the social contract that's the foundation of American statehood. But me, I'm the son of immigrants, and I don't live in a rural place. I don't have my own, house, my own lawn, my own land. I don't got freedom, dude. If they want to put a camera in my apartment and, what can I do? I don't got any freedom, We don't have freedom, Unless you own land, you don't have freedom. Unless you own a piece of the social contract, you don't have rights, dude. They can do whatever they'll do whatever they want. You don't got power, you don't got rights. How are you going to defend yourself, huh? You can leave the country, that's the best you can do. But other than that, you got nothing, dude.
Threshold for ratings? Fired. Reject too many trips because
you also have the courts, right? But even the courts are manipulated. The courts are not as free and independent as people would have you think. So and also, here's another thing: lawsuits. A lawsuit is not something you can exercise as like your free right as an individual. A lawsuit is a business enterprise. A lawsuit costs a lot of fucking money to file suit and take people to court. That costs money. It's an economic it's like an economic thing. We have free speech, Haas. Okay, and if your free speech is violated, you can file suit, but that costs money. Okay? So that's the issue, right? That's the issue. It's an economic cost-benefit analysis you're going to have to make. So, do you really have rights in America? Not really. I mean, especially if you're super vulnerable and you can't afford all the court fees and all that fucking bullshit. You don't really have rights. And yeah, we don't have free speech. Just look at Assange. We don't really have free speech.
Don't want to lose any money? Fired. Did a customer...
Quick take on Hoja. Hoja? You're asking about Enver Hoja? A curious conservative. So you're asking about Enver Hoja? The Albanian Enver Hoja? What are you asking for?
Customer make a false report? Fired. So that's the freedom that Uber offers. It frees drivers to make below minimum wage, to sleep in their cars, to beg for 5-star ratings, and work themselves to the bone. But at the end of the day, Uber, like other gig companies, is an innovator. Not in technology, but in exploitation. It's leading the war against labor in ways other companies never thought possible. It oversees a pool of atomized, ultra-exploited laborers, writes its own regulations, and has done it all without earning a single cent of profit. Imagine
Hojaism. I don't know what the reality of Hojaism is. What reality could that possibly possess? My view about Enver Hoja is that who he is and what his legacy is ultimately belongs to the Albanian people. And I understand in Albania, the people who lived under Hoja are quickly diminishing in terms of their demographic size. But Enver Hoja ultimately belongs to the Albanian people. Now, if you're not Albanian, is there something you can learn from Hoja? Sure. Is there something you can educate? Yeah, you can, but his legacy is not going to be defined that way. It's just not. It's just going to be a small footnote in your education, for example. Ultimately, Enver Hoja belongs to the Albanian people. That's his legacy, That's what it doesn't belong to you, It belongs to Albanians themselves to decide what they make of Hoja and who he is and what meaning he has in the world. You're a conservative? Nice, man.
What sort of world they'll need to start making one. I'm Edward Ongweso Jr., staff writer at Vice for the Gravel Institute.
We have a lot of conservative viewers, I think, right? We have a good number. Pretty good number, Let's check the Reddit, guys. Check this Reddit. Who would win? Guys, I'm gonna be real. I think I look good bald, right? If I shave my head and it looks like this, it won't look that bad, you know? Looks pretty good. Don't look that bad. I think I look okay bald, right? Hope. I mean, it's always better to have hair. You're right. It's always better to have hair. That's true. But I don't think it's the end of the world, you know? It's not really the end of the world, is it? It's not that bad. I think I'm pretty good bald, you know? I mean, like, okay, let me ask you a question, guys. Hold on. I got a message. Look, guys, I'm gonna ask you a question. If you're saying it's just cope, let me ask you a question. What would you rather look like between these two? Would you rather look like this, a full, thick head of hair, or would you look like this, a bald guy? What would you look like? But you can have a beard and you can have this face. You can have my face and my beard, but you won't have hair. But you have to have his face and his lack of facial hair, and you can have his hair. Which one would you choose? That's what I'm saying, you know? I think the bald looks better. You already bald guy with the beard? I mean, objectively, hair always looks better. Hair always looks better. But I don't think this is the end of the world for me, you know? This is not the end of the world for me. I think I look okay. And especially, look, the first thing I'm gonna do when I go fully bald, I don't know when that's gonna be. The first thing I'm gonna do is get a better camera. I'm gonna get a super good, like, hold on. I got food. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's that, guys? Let me open this food. Starving, dude. Worst thing is opening these fucking bags. So, this. Oh man. Alright guys, we're gonna have a mukbang stream now. About to have a mukbang stream. Woo! I'm fucking hungry, guys. I'm hungry as shit. Yo, hold on. I'm hungry as shit, guys. I'm gonna be real. Look at this. Look at this. That's what I'm eating. Mmm. Oh. Oh, fuck. God damn. Mmm. Mmm. China keeps winning. Artificial sun. New world record. Achieving a plasma of 120 million. Nice. You'd have hair? Bullshit. You would be this guy with hair instead of this? Fucking bullshit, dude. Oh man. Hmm. It's true. Real men don't fear baldness unless you're ugly. Then you should fear it. Like, imagine this guy bald. He couldn't be bald. Imagine him bald, dude. He'd look hideous. You know? Oh, man. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. He already is hideous.
I have some really serious information I came across. I've been telling you guys for ages to pay attention to the fact that there's no real, actual evidence to prove that a genocide is happening in Xinjiang. Today, I'm here to tell you that although there isn't a genocide going on right now, I found a clear evidence, a clear desire, a clear hope that genocide does happen in Xinjiang. This genocide, however, is a little bit different than what anybody expected. The people involved, the way it plays out, is very different and ironic in many ways. And before I explain exactly what I'm trying to say here, let me set this up for you guys. Let me tell you how I got into a conversation that led to the clearest admission of what a certain group of people is up to, what they hope to accomplish. So, first of all, there's a guy named Sabor Ahmad. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And so what he did was he made a post, a tweet, and announced that he was going to release an article on me, exposing me as a CCP agent. This guy runs some sort of an overseas Uyghur advocacy group. To give you an idea about some of the stuff him and his group says, here he is with his friend talking about their message to the Chinese people. And note, it's to the Chinese people, not the Chinese government. This is going to become more and more important as you go along, and we put the pieces together here. So let's play the video.
And we are mobilizing, and this is our message.
Oh, fuck. I know this guy. It's Muhammad Hijab. No, dude. I kind of like that guy. What's he doing? It's Muhammad Hijab. Oh, what's his last name? I got his name wrong, right? What's his name? That's him? Yeah, I know him too. Why is he doing this? I'll be right back. Oh, man. Cheese and that's foul, man. Foul. Saudi Arabia's paying him?
This
Exactly.
is our legal threat to the Chinese.
Thank you so much, brother.
Let me
Thank
tell
you
them
so
right
much.
now. I know they're
Yes.
watching me.
Yes,
You
yes,
should be
they're watching.
shivering. You should be quaking. You should be
Yes.
shaking. Because
Yes.
we are going to expose you. We are going to humiliate you. We are going to
Yes.
discombobulate you. We are going to bedazzle the Chinese people and the Muslim soldiers here that are ready. And I mean that in the metaphorical sense.
Wow. Well, I'm
Why is
I'm
Hijab
certainly
doing that?
bedazzled, and I'm not even their target Chinese audience. But you notice how they set this up beautifully with read between the lines for any of the more, let's say, interesting
man.
folks that may be part of their groups. This is our threat. Legal, of course. Of course, that's what we mean. And the Muslim soldiers that are here are ready. Metaphorically speaking, of course, that's what we mean. You guys may think I'm reading into this too much. You know, he did go on to say, what we mean in terms of exposing the truth. But nevertheless, we still need to keep this in mind for what you're about to see. Everything's
All right.
going to tie in together by the end of this talk. Anyways, firstly, back to the incoming article. these are no big deals. I've had people write articles about me, and it's kind of fun, actually, because I like seeing the twists and turns they try to do to figure out
This
some
is
sort of
mashed
angle.
potatoes, cheese, and chicken.
I had a lot of fun with the Al Jazeera report, the South China Morning Post. I'm looking forward to the other ones coming up. The ones that were written in German and French, because there was too much of an issue to translate and stuff like that, I left those ones. But anyway, so this is going to be hopefully an English article, because I'm going to really enjoy it. So I simply responded to, in a very genuine way, thank you. I hope it leads to some of your audience to my content, followed by a handshake, because I thought this was a good opportunity for him to expose his audience to my work. I'm confident that it stands on its own, and I'm happy for people who don't agree with me to find their way over to my channel. But he didn't really like this reply, and he kept going after me with new retweets and tagging me over and over, and suddenly it hit me. After someone writes a report on me, usually, and this has happened a few times, they refuse to answer any questions from me afterwards or defend anything they said. They just move on, and it's done. But here, these guys are actually interacting with me, and I thought that after they finish the article, they're just going to be like, okay, no, we obviously can't defend this. So I wanted to simultaneously prove that I don't have anything to hide, no matter what someone says about me, but also prove that this guy was full of shit at the same time. So I tagged him and a bunch of his friends further down in this thread that I made, who seemed to be involved with him and were laying in with me as well and promoting this upcoming article. So I tweeted out, hey, I have an awesome proposition for you, Sabora. I love your confidence, and I have a problem. Every time someone writes an article about me, they never dare accept a follow-up interview or debate with me. So I've got a great idea. Even without seeing your article, even without knowing what you wrote about me, even without knowing what you've exposed, I extend an invite to you on my show to debate and defend your article. I'll even tie one hand behind my back if you need. Do you accept? We're waiting. So, I mean, you guys, I deliberately acted a bit arrogant here because I wanted to goad him into accepting, and I had low hopes that he actually would. But if he was going to reject...
Hold on.
I got to be honest.
Every time I have cheese, my nose gets runny. So let me blow my nose. One sec. Oh, man. God damn. Oh, shit. Okay. Back here.
To leave feeling humiliated. So you can say I was being an asshole here, but whatever, I'm fine with that. So then I go on to say, as fanboys of Sabor's upcoming article, I highly recommend you encourage him to accept this offer. And then those were the two main friends. There's this one guy, Hat Zordis, is his tag, and then the other one is Mohammed. And so I said, refusing to do so may risk leading people to believe that you're fully aware how full of shit you are instead of simply being innocently ignorant. Again, I know I'm being a bit of an asshole here. They're clearly doing a hit piece on me, and I'm laying it on because most of the time, like I said, these folks run away like cowards afterwards. So this is my chance to get it all in on these guys who were silly enough to interact with me beforehand. But, at first he didn't accept. He was kind of just still doing all this stuff. And then finally he accepted, not in English. So I missed it initially. And but then he reaffirmed with a retweet that he would come on my show to defend his article. And then he also laid into me for not recognizing non-English words to prove that I don't really understand Muslim Uyghurs.
What?
So I went on to say, looking forward to it. Since roasting someone by saying something in a language that's not native to them is fair game, I'll add my own roast that proves you don't understand China, unless you're replying 2 minutes, because I know you're online. And then I put this little insult down here, and you guys can, if you know what that is, I deliberately did it in Pinyin so he couldn't translate it. And I gave him 2 minutes so he couldn't just try to find some Chinese person to help him. Basically, it's an insult, a small insult. Anyway, so after this point, we had a bunch of exchanges because he continually kept tagging me over and over, and I didn't respond to all of it, but I liked some of the other replies. Happened to me. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't, whatever. So I liked this one that was a reply to him. He said, "There's a pattern that these Christian evangelicals and pro-U.S. Islamic terror puppets have in common. They're extremely comfortable with lying and deceiving. Don't these guys think about the consequences, when they get to the special place?" So whatever. In the absence of me interacting enough with his tweets, he started policing my likes, and he said, "Strange that this guy thinks I'm some sort of a pro-U.S. Islamic terror puppet." And Daniel Dumbrell likes that tweet. This shows that these CCP shills parrot their master's narrative, and that Muslims talking about any Muslims talking about East Turkestan are terrorists. So this is going to start to get a little bit more interesting. He's right, though. I don't have enough information about him to necessarily say that he does endorse, for example, terrorist groups like the ETIM, who the U.S. took off of the terrorist list, indicating a possible U.S. support that's going to begin here for these groups. I have no idea. So what I did was I posted a video. I used it as an opportunity of a Uyghur terrorist in Syria threatening to kill all the Chinese people who didn't leave. And this is that video. Take a look.
Oh shit.
我们警告你们，中国老百姓，你们滚出去！我们的东突山。
All right, this is stupid. What a stupid thing to say, dude. You're not gonna take on over 1 billion people. Why would you address? Everyone knows better that when you want to attack the Chinese people, you're supposed to say the CCP and the government. You're not actually supposed to directly name them, dude. Dude, there's over 1 billion of them. You're not. What a stupid mistake.
会很短的时间，我们会去的，我们会胜利的，看到了没有 ？Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
This is why I think that these people are full of shit. And they're grifters and they're fucking liars and shit. So now they're saying Allahu Akbar. And now it's about Islam. But during the Cold War, this same group were atheist Marxist-Leninists, backed by the Soviets. They were Soviet-backed, Soviet-style Marxist-Leninists fighting against the Chinese. They were both atheists. Chinese were atheists and they were atheists too. It's just that the only difference was that they were backed by the Soviets who were against China at the time. So what does Islam have to do with this, So now they're saying Allahu Akbar, all this stuff. Why? Because since they lost support from the Soviets, the shift of strategy is to appeal to the Muslim world. Hold on, I'll be right back.
So after tweeting that out in a reply, I asked him, I said, will you publicly denounce ETIM and TIP? Will you publicly call on the U.S. to put ETIM back onto the terrorist org list as soon as possible? Now, what I want to say is never ask just a random Muslim this question. This is actually a very rude thing to do. But I want to give you some context here. I'm not just asking a Muslim this, because it's incredibly insulting in the U.S. when American politicians were asking just ordinary Muslims to condemn terrorist attacks, and if they didn't, people would be suspicious of them. It is absolutely the wrong thing to do. However, this guy poses with East Turkestan flags. This guy is a separatist. This guy is supporting basically all of the same things without explicitly talking about the killing part as this guy. So that's why I wanted to put this out there and see, well, what's your position on these guys now that we're on this topic? So just to give you guys some context about that. I was actually ready to apologize too, and if I was wrong, and he says, yeah, no, of course I don't support these guys at all. But he didn't say anything about them. He just replied and said, "This one I'll address one-to-one. You can't escape the fact that you like to tweet, which called me a terrorist first, and then asked if I'd condemn a particular group. I'll put you in your place, you little CCP weasel." So up until now, he still hasn't addressed this issue, just basically deflected. Again, not enough to say anything on its own, but this is all going to kind of wrap up together, and I'll show you, because this is actually where it gets really interesting. A guy who he supports, a guy that he's aligned with, an old pal of mine, Arslan Hidayat, who is a very prominent and very loud Xinjiang voice, separatist activist, whatever you want to call him. I interviewed him on my channel also. You've seen him, some of you have seen that interview. He joined the conversation under my video reply and said the following. There's nothing wrong with this video. He's warning the people of China who have illegally settled and occupied East Turkestan to leave or face the consequences. Unfortunately, the reality of the situation is Uyghurs currently don't have the capacity to physically defend or take. And I think there was a second tweet. But anyways, I know his position on this. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to be broken down about this, because this is not a situation like Israel where people are being pushed off their lands. There were a lot of Chinese people who went to new farming communities, like Shiheze is one place. They didn't get any land. They didn't get any local land like the Uyghur people. But anyways, that's a whole different topic, and maybe I'll cover that in something else. So I just responded. I said, to be fair, Arslan, I wouldn't have asked you that question, as I already know how you feel on this topic. Still appreciate your input, though. And I retweeted a summary that I made from an interview he had with my friend Carl Zah, where he said, basically, what to do with the non-Uyghurs. He says, if you won't leave, maybe you can stay if you bow down to us. And he used those words, bow down. Those were his words. But non-Uyghurs, for example, Han, Hui, Mongol, whatever, won't get a vote. And we may consider exiling them out. And he said some separatists, of course, suggest a different kind of final solution. And you can guess what that is.
All right,
so he didn't want to say it. But by endorsing the video in this thread, it brings a little bit more context to what he meant by that final solution.
Let's get back into it. All right. I'm not going to watch this whole thing. Okay. I just needed like something in the background to play as I ate. Do I regret eating that? Kinda. I kinda do. Me and the boys rolling coal when we see a libtard. Come on, can you play? I forgot how loud this is for you guys. Sorry. My bad. Is this it? Okay. Fine, I like it. Mendelian gang stalkers. Genes are obviously real because my Mendelian genetics, and just trust me, bro. Can you show me a... Exactly. Simple as that. The gene is obsolete. What? The human genome casts major doubts on the very concept of the gene. No fucking way. Yeah! I told you guys! I told you! What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Oh, it's not new. From May 2014. When have I been wrong? When have I been wrong, huh? When have I been wrong? Even these guys are saying it. When have I been wrong? When have I been wrong? I ain't never been wrong. It's the end of the gene, yeah. I know that. I know about that one. The Zionist entity is the weakest link in the Anglo Empire. Very true. That's why they're jumping ship as we speak. Let's see, Kamala. Your electrical engineers... Yeah, I can't maximize.
You are electrical.
I gotta raise the volume. It's fucking way too quiet.
Electrical engineers who will soon help convert solar and wind energy into power, convert solar and wind energy into
Why does she sound like a fucking pastor? What the fuck?
combat power. And just ask any Marine today, would she rather carry 20 pounds of batteries or a rolled up solar panel? And I am positive she will tell you a solar panel, and so would he.
The fuck am I watching? If I don't like it. Bosch is the modern day Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton did not work with white supremacists. Yeah, he was more like Vosh than Tucker. He what? He worked with disenfranchised white workers the way Vosh talks to disenfranchised youth. What the fuck? All of these have in common that they're not real. Nice. The Quantum Challenge, explaining materialism. This is not new. Oh, this is that guy in my chat who hates quantum mechanics because he's a cockshoddy and Anglo-coper. Dude, can you just accept the ultraviolet apocalypse already happened? The ultraviolet catastrophe is irreversible, dude. I'm sorry. It's the ultraviolet catastrophe. That's where infrared comes in.
So that, but in a sense, this is just a recapitulation.
I'm not gonna like it. Fuck you. I finally like it. Just
I look at
clapping them cheeks to free power. What does that even mean?
the Arabs and I'm jealous. Arabs can just walk down the street. They're men. You know what I mean? They come to our neighborhoods and they behave like that. They take a lot of our women, I have to say. I'm sorry to say.
What?
A lot.
No way. No way, dude. You're not supposed to say that, dude. Don't just be out here saying that shit. What?
A lot of Jewish women go with Arab men nowadays.
Let me replay that. Hold on. Let me replay that. What the fuck did I just see? You're not supposed to admit, man, have some dignity. What the fuck? You're just gonna admit that?
I look at the Arabs and I'm jealous. Arabs can just walk down the street. They're men. You know what I mean? They come to our neighborhood.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some advice. The reason they do that is because they're in the right. You live your life. You're basically like a leftist in America, right? You live your life on the basis of falsehood, so you can't walk with your nuts hanging. You know, you have a problem walking with your nuts hanging because you know you're wrong in life. You don't got any swagger, dude. You don't got any righteousness in you, you know? That's the issue. So, there you go. That's my advice. FT the LARPer challenges infrared. The fuck is this? 1252? Check it out.
Propensity towards certain groups to get hostile towards one another. And I've noticed this amongst like a bunch of dangest cliques on the internet, circles and the infrared circles, but you've got the Moppanites and then you've got the infrared brigade.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
It's the infrared drones. And yeah, I'm going to say some bad, mean things about infrared. Oh, boo-hoo. Yeah, no.
How many views does this have? Okay, there you go. He's got 200 views. Nice. So even your audience likes me that much, and you're that small, that's not a good sign, dude. If your audience likes me that much, and you're that small, that's not a good sign. That would be like if I was at 30 viewers per stream, and a lot of my audience liked Wash. You know, that's really bad. Because Vosh is like my main enemy, and I know I'm your main enemy. You know? What does he say?
The fact that these people are willing to go out of their way to dox and harass me just because.
Okay. FT, you fucking liar. We literally removed a guy from our mod team on the Discord just because of the accusation, which he denies and we can't even verify that he engaged in doxing. And we pursued this. We investigated it pretty thoroughly. You know, we actually went to lengths to see if he actually was the one who doxed you or whatever. And we heard his side of the story, and we couldn't. You know, this is how you can tell we're so much more genuine than this guy. Because we have every reason to like this guy and trust him more than you and your people. And just because we couldn't conclusively prove either or, we removed him from the mod team. Okay? And it's like, why did we do that, you know? Why did we do that? It's because we don't dox. We're just not we're not people who do that. We don't dox people. We don't, you know, it's just because we don't want, you know, anything to do with that. But meanwhile, dude, you're associated with people who post child pornography and host child pornography. So who are you really talking about when you're talking about, you know, oh yeah, so you're saying infrared doxes people because someone on our mod team was accused of doing that. It can't be proven either or. You know what I mean?
Because I attack their sacred cow is a testimony to the facts that they're a cult. You know, is it not? So, anyways,
No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. I don't think the reason you were doxxed is because of that. You know, you were probably doxxed because of some other dumb fucking bullshit that goes on in your own server. You know, you have the whole Finbull crowd and you have your shit. A lot of people don't like you, dude. A lot of those people don't like each other. You know, they just don't like each other. I know a little bit about the Finbull server and, you know, the type of culture that's there. There's a lot of just dumb beef between people there, you know?
My biggest issue is that these guys insulate themselves from regular criticism, and they basically
because, dude, your criticism doesn't help us. That's why. And we don't need you. I'm trying to help you, dude. I'm trying to help you. I don't know why I'm trying to help you, because I feel bad for you after you got humiliated on Vosh. On Vosh's stream, you humiliated yourself. Okay? You need to realize I don't want your audience. I don't want you. I have nothing to do with you. I don't have anything to do with your crowd, dude. I'm not like a Finbull server guy. You know, this is the truth. It's the truth. On my stream, you know, I'm not here LARPing like you are. Like, this isn't our picture. What is this, like what are you, like a urban gorilla? Dude, we're not as pretentious as you. Simple as that. So just leave us alone. You know, I don't know why you keep... To this day, you're still talking about us. Like, what do we have to do with you, dude? I would get it if we were, like, as big as Vosh. You know, we have, like, over 100K subs and we're, like, this big phenomena. Then it would make sense for you to come after us because it's like we're a well-established phenomena. But, let me see. Our YouTube channel is only twice as big as yours. And granted, our community is bigger than yours, but we're not that big for you to be spending so much of your time attacking us. It's just so pathetic, dude. We're just not that big, you know, for you to be doing that. It's like, what do you hope to accomplish, you know? China with the power of the sun making strides in fusion power. Yeah, we saw this. Caleb destroys white nationalism. Nice. Chinese anarchists were literal counter-revolutionaries. were all leading figures in Chinese anarchism. When their followers in the left KMT allied with the communists in forming the Wuhan nationalist government, they sided with the reactionaries in the KMT against them. They were proponents of Kropotkin-inspired anarchist communism, and they went on to become openly counter-revolutionary and anti-communist four elders affiliated with the reactionaries in the KMT. When the Civil War occurred, the actual revolutionaries and many Democrats sided with the communists. These Chinese anarchists stayed with the KMT and ended up fleeing with them to Taiwan. That's history, guys. I'm sorry, that's history. You want to deny history? Deny history, but that's history. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about history. We're talking about reality, you know? That's the truth. Hold on one sec. Sorry, I was just checking something. Is this article correct about the left? Also, now, what did I get wrong? Let's see. Know thy enemy, know thyself. Okay, what is this trying to say? Eat the rich. Okay, this is a third position guy. Okay, eat the rich is... What do you mean conflict theory? The theory is unstable and its core anarchistic. Not necessarily, you know. In Maoism, there's a distinction between antagonistic and non-antagonistic contradictions. So, the realities of class struggle do not necessarily imply political conflict a priori. Direct political conflict. Like, there's ways in which the class struggle can be developed. Specifically under the proletarian dictatorship. I mean, I don't mean before then, but I mean under a proletarian dictatorship, class struggle persists. And that can be developed in ways that do not, that are not, you know, anarchistic, so to speak. There's a class struggle in China through Xi Jinping. Men are not equal. Okay, I think this is a lack of education about, you know, what it's talking about. The most essential reason is class unity. Okay, the problem is that you can say this, but every class unity has its basis in contradictions. Okay, this is the gender thing. Dialect. What? Okay, this is where you lost me. This is where you lost me, dude. I just don't think you know what you're talking about if you say this. Like, the current year meme is dialectical materialism. Okay, yeah. You know, you lost me. You lost me. Okay, you lost me. Oh my fucking god. And why did this get 17 upvotes, huh? Dude, this guy's in our Discord. This guy's in fucking Discord, okay? And I tried to tell him. He didn't respond. Chromosomes are the scientific term given to a segment of DNA. With the nuclei of chromosomes, genes are contained. No, they're not. You didn't fucking listen to anything I said. All these terms used to organize and understand the mechanics of animal cellular microbiology. But you can't prove there's genes. You can't prove that these sequences are genes or function as so-called genes. That's the fucking issue. They function in ways that contradict the concept of a gene. Okay? Why are you so fucking hung up on bothering me and ankle biting me about this? It's so fucking stupid and annoying, okay? The arguments is an exercise in solipsism, okay? Based on Lysenkoism and this solipsist approach, you could essentially make the argument that the mind doesn't exist at all. It is merely the brain performing its functions. Oh my fucking god. I didn't say genes aren't real because they can't be located empirically. I said genes aren't real because it's a metaphysical concept that has no functional reality. It's not just that you can't observe them discretely. It's that functionally speaking, they do not fucking exist. You're the ones who always say DNA, DNA when I say genes don't exist. So you're trying to point to some empirical thing that says this is the gene. This is a silly and stupid fucking argument that's completely irrelevant. We could term these behaviors the brain birth, okay? So explain how genes function as genes. Just explain to me how they function as units of heredity, and we could get over this. They don't function that way. We know they don't function that way. But you still cling to it because you're an annoying fuck, and you work in a scientific institution, and it couldn't possibly dawn upon you that all of your fucking colleagues and all the textbooks you read are fucking wrong. So you're fucking coping and writing an essay just because you can't accept the bare fucking truth that genes aren't real. We are essentially here arguing that cells don't exist or air doesn't exist because of the term given to them. No, we're not. If you say a cell is real, you're talking about something real. If you say a gene is real, you're talking about a metaphysical concept from the 19th century that was always speculative, that cannot be proven to exist anywhere. Meanwhile, we can prove cells exist, and we can prove air exists. Genes most certainly exist. I don't care what you are by trade, you fucking moron. Show me the gene. What is a gene? Genes, and studying them puts food on the table for my family. There are no genes. There are 0 genes. Is the food and money... The GMOs you're talking about are not even sustainable. So the idea that GMOs prove that you've mastered and you've applied this... You haven't, dude. You found sequences that correspond to traits, and you fuck with those sequences to get those traits, but guess what? Those traits are not sustainable. They don't reproduce themselves in the long term. So no, you haven't gotten to the essence of those traits just by manipulating the genetic sequences. Therefore, they're not genes. Is the food and... No, you're not real. Your whole life is a fucking cope. And dude, let me say this with like honest, good faith shit, dude. You are 46 years old. I'm not going to be here to give you a fucking lifelong existential crisis. I recommend you just don't watch me. Just don't fucking watch me. Because I'm not going to let you fucking boomers police me, police how I talk. I get it. Your whole life is a lie. Your whole career is a lie. Everything you know in life is a lie. I get that's a big existential crisis, and I agree. It would be more healthy if you stayed in your little bubble and believed all the things that are meaningful to you instead of facing an existential crisis prompted by a guy who's 24 years old. So just stop watching my stream and fuck off if you can't handle this red pill. Because your existential crisis is not my existential crisis. Your existential issue is not mine. I'm 24 years old. My whole life is not a lie. You have a problem with me implying your whole life is a lie. I get it. Just don't watch me then. I can see the argument for that coming too, I suppose, but I don't accept the money or buy. Okay, I get it. Your career and your job depends on believing in genes, and that's how you get money. Guess what? People make a salary and make a living based on believing a bunch of dumb fucking bullshit all the time. Just look at Steven fucking Pinker. Steven fucking Pinker spent his whole life spreading retard lies and dumb retarded bullshit, and that guy's rich as shit. So no, just because you make a fucking living off of it doesn't mean it's somehow true or real. Stop this fucking boomer tantrum and cope. Stop fucking throwing it on me. Stop fucking throwing your boomer bullshit trope on me. You're 46 years old and you have a fucking family. Stop watching me and go take care of your family. Go take care of your family. This is so immature of you to watch me. It's so immature of you to watch me, dude. I fully expect the community to reject what I am saying. All of science is merely a theory to attack. Okay. Comes along and serve humanity better. I welcome discussion. No, you don't. You're just annoying me. Caleb thinks genes are real. Well, stop bothering him. Stop bothering him about it. Can you help me understand Lysenkoism and why streamers like Haas deny genes? Do you believe in this? He said he can't help you because he has better things to do. So stop. Why do you're gonna go tattletale on me to Caleb? What an asshole, dude. You're gonna go tattletale on me to Caleb? Dude, you're 46 years old. Have some fucking dignity. Have some self-respect. He's gonna go tattletale to Caleb on me. Guess what, dude? Let me tell you something. Me and Caleb, I think, are friends in the streamer world. Like in the influencer world, we're friends. But guess what? Caleb is 100% responsible for Caleb's content. I'm 100% responsible for my content. Caleb is responsible for 0% of my content. Okay? You need to get that through your head. Neobium, what's up? Haas, you traumatized him. I'm sorry, dude. Someone's got to, someone's got to tell it how it is. I saw this. Jabba the Voss talks to Kyle and Crystal. I saw this. I already watched it.
They're meant.
All right, let's get into this Biden shit. Let's get into the Biden stuff, huh? Okay, let me go look on okay. All right, I'm confused, guys. I'm confused. So should we watch the speech first or the specific transcript that I thought was significant? Let me show you the transcript. Why am I questioning myself and just wondering what the fuck is going on when it comes to Biden? I want to understand what's going on because I'm confused. Check this out. So as you guys know, a lot of people are just not working because of the Biden checks, right? Biden, his COVID relief was giving people money to not... Well, people still have to work, but people are supposedly being a little bit more picky about where they work now. Check this out. So let me read this in Biden's voice. When it comes to the economy we're building, rising wages aren't a bug, they're a feature. We want to get something economists call full employment. Instead of workers competing with each other for jobs that are scarce, we want employees to compete with each other to attract work. We want the companies to compete to attract workers. That kind of competition in the market doesn't just give workers more ability to earn a higher wage. It gives them the power to demand to be treated with dignity and respect in the workplace. And it helps ensure that America, when you walk into work, you don't have to check your right to be treated with respect at the door. Full employment also means more options and opportunities for workers, including Black, Hispanic workers, Asian American workers, women who've been left behind in the previous economic recoveries when the labor market never tightened up enough. Who the hell is Demon Mama? She's a Vosh. She's part of Vosh's community. Why? What's relevant about her? She talking shit about me? Anyway, guys, let me show you what's weird. Let me show you what's weird. What the fuck is Biden saying? Why is he saying this? Oh, they were debating? I don't know. But why is he saying this? A lot of conservatives were complaining that Biden's COVID relief was leading to businesses getting shut down because they couldn't afford the workers, and workers were just not signing up to, they were just being unemployed, basically. And Biden's saying that's a feature, not a bug. Why is Biden doing this is the question. But let me tell you what's going on. Here's what I think. I think we're gearing up his paymasters wrote it down for him, that's why. But why? Why is the elite, the ruling class, why are they pursuing this? Why is the elite pursuing this? Why are they pursuing competition among employers and making the labor market more favorable to workers? You think he would follow through? Why lie about it? Why would he do this then? Why would he, why would he lie about it? That's the question. Because wages in the third world will go down? That doesn't make sense. Buying off first world parasites to go along with imperialism? Super cheap kind of explanation. I don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Okay? I don't buy it. He wants to destroy small businesses. You're getting warmer, I think. I think you're getting warmer. Just like the New Deal. No. I don't think, are people even interested in this? What do I think? I'm trying to think. Should I like save this for another day when we have more people, or should I talk about it now? Because it seems like what is like people. My bad. Is this not interesting enough for you guys? I think I'm gonna save it for later, for another stream. I don't know. Hmm. Want to know what Biden's up to? Yeah. Uh, clip what? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll just pull through. I was thinking about ending the stream because it's like, I don't know what's up. I think in general, from other streamers, seemed to like they were having a trouble today, but yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know. It's not your guys' fault. It's just like I don't know. For it's Friday night. I know. So it has something to do with that. I don't know, guys. I think I should save this topic for another stream. You know? Because I don't know. I feel like, because like it's like I have like a thing lined up, and I don't want to waste it. Like I usually have, you know, You ain't gotta be serious? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Guys, I don't want you to worry about it. I'm just trying to think myself. It's like... I don't know. I'm trying to think myself. Talk about the labor aristocracy. Dude, it has nothing to do with labor aristocracy. Just stop thinking and... I'm sorry, I'm pissed now. Now I'm pissed. Stop talking in terms of labor aristocracy, dude. If your fucking explanation can apply to any period in the past 100 fucking years, it's fucking worthless. Yeah, we get it. There's a labor aristocracy. There always has been, apparently, for 100 fucking years. It doesn't fucking explain anything. Oh, man. Dude, you're a first worlder? Oh, Justin Wooten, what country do you live in? Tell me what fucking country you live in. What fucking country do you live in, huh? Tell me. What country do you live in, Justin? Name the country. The one you live in. I'm waiting. What fucking country do you live in, you motherfucker? And you don't read Lenin, you fucking idiot. Lenin understood concrete analysis from concrete conditions. When did Lenin say that labor aristocracy is the be-all, end-all explanation for everything? That's so fucking stupid. I live in China, non-Arabic speaking white dude. Okay. Do you know that in China, do you know that structurally speaking, you can apply the same fucking analysis to China and say China has a labor aristocracy? Did you know that? Did you know that China can be said to have a labor aristocracy? Did you know that there's Maoists who say that because of China's relationship with Africa, that China is an imperialist country with a labor aristocracy? Because guess what? If you're fucking middle class and you live in China, you're way more well off than a third worlder. Way more well off. So what the fuck relevance does it have that I live in America when you live in China and the same analysis can be fucking applied? You fucking moron. No, you can't. People are poor here. Well, guess what? Poverty's relative. Relative to people in Africa, they're not that poor. Look, is that what I said? Did I call China imperialist, you fucking moron? Did I call China imperialist, you fucking idiot? And I fucking doubt you live in China, you stupid cocksucker. You stupid fuck. When did I call China imperialist, huh? I said that your piss poor, shallow explanation for why Biden's doing this is because of the labor aristocracy is just a stupid fucking argument because you can apply it to literally any country that is the minimum above the threshold of being completely dirt poor. You fucking moron. It applies to every minimally developed country. You fucking lying cocksucker. I'm a first worlder. I don't even think you live in China, you fucking lying cocksucker. You motherfucker. But I'll tell you what, you little bitch. Your voice will be gagged and silenced forever. I'm gonna put a sock in your fucking mouth. I want you to fantasize that it's my balls, and it's gonna be there for the end of time. The fuck out of my face, bitch. Stupid cocksucker. Dumb fuck. And why he keeps calling me a white dude? For what? What kind of fucking point are you trying to make? Oh, if he wants to debate, he can come in fucking Discord VC. But I highly suspect this little bitch is not going to debate me. I highly suspect this little bitch will never debate me. I highly suspect he's not going to debate me. And he's lying about living in China. He's probably a leftoid. He's one of my leftoid enemies. And he's saying he's living in China because he thinks that's going to impress me. It's going to command respect from me. They never debate me. They never fucking debate me. I'll tell you my fucking theory. You ready? Here's my fucking theory. There's a few outcomes that are coming from this. On the one hand, all of these small businesses will be closed. And we'll just take it to this logical extreme. Biden's plan. The small businesses will be closed, decimating a formidable base for the opposition to Biden's not. By the way, I want you to get something in your fucking heads. Biden, Great Reset, Silicon Valley, whatever, the deep state, it's all the same thing. Just get that in your head first. By eliminating the small businesses, they eliminate a formidable obstacle to their Great Reset plans to overhaul the economy. And what we really need to talk about is this Great Reset overhaul itself and why they're doing it and what the reason for is. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I think we're gearing up to move toward a new type of economy of UBI, Universal Basic Income, which is actually, yes, going to make the labor market better for workers. You're going to have more choice. UBI. But that comes with the flip side, right? It also comes with the flip side that jobs themselves will probably become more scarce because there's going to be less jobs. Because of, they've always been talking about this. The automation and the issue that there's a scarcity of jobs. There's too many bullshit jobs that don't serve any fucking purpose. So we're having UBI and more of a scarcity of jobs, and they're part of the same reason, right? The gig economy, of course. There you go. We got a guy in the chat who's finally on the money. Tech feudalism time. Biden's big plans to overhaul the economy serve the interests of Silicon Valley by freeing up. Let me tell you guys something. By freeing up, Biden is not just allowing workers to have more choice and more leverage in regards to employers. Something is being freed up for Silicon Valley, right? I'll give you an example that's immediately relatable to me. This is an example immediately relatable to me. If people don't have to work, they can spend more time watching streams. Okay, that's a stupid example. But it also means they can spend more time generating data in general for these companies, participating in the gig economies, this kind of stuff in general, Annihilation of the petite bourgeois incoming? No, there's no annihilation of the petite bourgeois, dude. You have to get these archaic, dogmatic ideas out of your head. The petite bourgeois is a fucking concept that was applicable to the 1850s, okay? You don't think that class was annihilated? It was. And yet, the petite bourgeoisie reemerged in another form. So no, there's no annihilation of the petite bourgeois. There's different forms of the petite bourgeois. And small business owners aren't simply petite bourgeois. There's also the petite bourgeois who are urban. There's also the Arizonian petite bourgeois. Sorry, you don't even know what that means. There's the, craft brewery owners who are pro-Biden, and, there's also the dispensary owners pro-Biden. Those people are not the same as the small businesses that are going to be hurt by this. So you have to, new primitive accumulation, something like that. But what we're witnessing, listen, there's something I told you guys. Which I want you to keep it in your head, right? I told you guys what she said about quote unquote capitalism. He said, we have underestimated the extent to which capitalism is able to adjust itself and adapt itself to new periods in history. And I also remember Angela Nagel's thing where she said, speaking in regards to Biden's infrastructure plan, that the ruling class is always pressed to, that we've underestimated the extent to which the establishment or the ruling class can dynamically respond to new challenges and so on. I think in the present case, what we're dealing with is that Biden is not simply someone who's guided by the blanket preservation of the establishment. There is actually some kind of real, quote-unquote, transformative agenda at hand. And this agenda is only going to be transformative, we know this, to the extent that it sustains the persistence of the security of the real ruling class. The real ruling class. And let me be clear about something. Marxoids want to tell you that the ruling class is not, a actual, identifiable group of people. It's actually some kind of anonymous. No, the ruling class is not anonymous. The ruling class is not impersonal. There literally is a ruling class tied to old money that goes back hundreds of years, tied to the very founding of the American state. There's a real ruling class, a real conspiratorial ruling class, okay? Kantbot and Ed Berg have literally been documenting it. Like they've actually been mapping it out. So yes, there's a real ruling class. It's not a fucking Marxoid abstraction like how Postonians want to tell you. It's not. There's a real, actual, tangible ruling class. So clearly, everything Biden's doing or wants to do ultimately is because they are recognizing a severe and existential threat to their whole criminal enterprise, so to speak. The criminal enterprise, which includes the United States' geopolitical strategy, which includes Kanskuk, which includes this entire network of offshore banking and all this fucking bullshit, and the global whatever finance. China has threatened this so severe that now they realize they have to actually do something about it. They have to do something about it to survive. We are not ruled by a bourgeoisie of the 19th century who merely act on behalf of their immediate interess. The interests of the bourgeoisie that is projected by leftoids and Marxoids are very immediate interests to reap profits. Biden's doing things, though. He's taking actions, and he's taking a strategy which is not in their immediate interest whatsoever. I would love for someone to explain to me how this is in the immediate interests, not the long term, but the immediate interests of the bourgeoisie. It's not. Will destroying small businesses really help America compete with China? It's not that they want to destroy small businesses for its own sake. It's that small businesses are getting in the way of the of some kind of economic transformation. The reason China can sustain those transformations without the corresponding social instability is because China actually is socially conscientious about these China mitigates the ways in which quote-unquote small businesses being, being rendered obsolete, they mitigate the impact that it has on the general social welfare. So they, they'll find alternatives for people. They're not just gonna leave people in the cold, leave people in the dirt. Who's in the fucking show queue, huh? Who's in the show queue? Okay, there's a guy named Tank. Hold on. What? What? Hold on. Let's just hear this cocksucker. What'd you say, bitch?
I said you're a labor aristocracy denying fucking bitch.
Oh, okay. What's your name? Your name is Tank?
My name is Justin Wooten, motherfucker. I live in China.
No, I don't think you live in China.
That's my real name, motherfucker.
I don't
You're
think
a labor aristocracy denier.
Why do you speak perfect English? You live in China. You speak perfect English
with
zero accent.
Here, you dumb motherfucker.
You don't have an accent. You don't even have an English accent.
Hey, you don't even speak Arabic. You are a white dude.
How do you know I don't speak any Arabic? How do you know I don't speak any Arabic?
You're a white dude.
How do you know?
You said it yesterday on stream. You said it yesterday on stream.
First of all, I don't speak full fluent Arabic, but I know some Arabic.
You don't speak any Arabic. You don't speak any Arabic. You're a white dude. You're a white dude, and you're a labor aristocracy denier.
How do you know I don't speak any?
Hold on, I gotta mute. There's a feedback loop. Hold on.
You have a southern accent. You live in China, and you're a native.
I moved to China.
Oh, you moved to China.
I've been here 5 years now, motherfucker. I've been here 5 years now. You just said China's imperialist in Africa. You just said China's imperialist in Africa!
Okay. So, you moved to China, and you're calling me a first world. You're a first world. You're a first world by born, and you're a sexpat who moved to China as a privileged first worlder.
My wife is white. Just like you, motherfucker. Okay. You're a white person.
Okay.
You ain't fucking Arab. If you don't speak Arabic, you ain't an Arab.
Prove you live in China. Prove you live in China.
I ain't gotta prove shit to you, motherfucker. You just said China's imperialist in Africa.
No, I didn't. I said...
Yes, the fuck you did, motherfucker!
You wanna keep...
Yeah. Everyone here's gonna know. They're gonna know what you fucking said, motherfucker!
You wanna keep yelling, you fucking stupid cocksucker?
That's all the shit. You say just fag shit. Imagine everybody wants to be fucked with you. You're a fucking faggot.
Okay, cocksucker. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, tell me there's no fucking labor aristocracy. Tell me there's no labor aristocracy!
First of all, why are my views so low? We got this free entertainment. This is bullshit. But anyway.
Yeah, entertainment. That's all you think this is. You're a fucking grifter. You're a grifter. You just spread shit to fucking stupid first world little kids.
Hey, shut up!
Fuck you!
First of all,
you fucking non-Arabic.
Shut up!
Fuck you!
Shut up!
You ain't fucking Arab. You a white dude.
Okay, let me ask you a question. بتحكي عربي? So you wanna?
Excuse me?
Okay, you don't. Okay. Anyway, what I said was that there's Maoists who claim using your shallow.
No, you said it. You fucking said it, motherfucker. You're a labor aristocracy denier. You were saying.
I said there are Maoists.
If imperialism is real, then China is imperialist
now.
No. No, you just said labor aristocracy.
No. I said.
Yes, you fucking did. Yes, you fucking did.
Okay, go.
You a Zionist. You a Zionist.
Go back and fucking watch what I said.
Oh, I heard what you said, motherfucker.
No, you didn't. You keep screaming that I said China's imperialist, but
that's what you fucking did. You said if the labor aristocracy is real, then China's imperialist in Africa. That's what you fucking said.
No, what I said was that there's Maoists who use just as much of a shallow analysis as you.
I would come on the stream, motherfucker.
What?
Yeah, you're fucking. We're gonna make sure people.
You
know.
are
We're gonna
fucking
make sure people
pussy.
Know. You're gonna make sure. I'm a pussy. I'll fucking kill you. I'll go to fucking New York and kill your ass. You fucking non-Arab piece of shit. You a fucking Zionist.
Do it.
Oh, I will. If I come back to America, you're gonna be the first one I shoot, motherfucker.
Okay, do it. Do it, you stupid cocksucker. You're literally
tell us there's no labor aristocracy. Tell us there's no labor aristocracy.
I keep trying to speak, but you keep screaming.
Tell us what you think. Tell us you don't believe in it. Tells you don't believe in the labor aristocracy!
Oh my god. Listen to you dumb fucking
Just say it, motherfucker! Say you don't believe it! Say you think 99% of Americans are exploited proletariat!
That's not what I said.
Say you think 99% of Americans are exploited proletariat!
What I said is that
UBI, we need
what
UBI,
I said
we need
is that the
UBI
concept.
welfare.
I said I'm gonna mute your bitch as you keep talking. I said the concept of a labor aristocracy has no explanatory value if it can be applied over the course of 100 years, specifically in regards.
He says Leninism has no explanatory value.
In regards,
imperialism is not real. He says imperialism is not real.
Shut your fucking mouth. I'm gonna mute you.
Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. Let me mute him. Okay. I said the labor aristocracy has no explanatory value in regards to the current subject matter, the current subject matter of why Biden is doing this. If there's a labor aristocracy of some kind, and I agree, it does have conceptual value, especially in Lenin's time, although after that it was abused, and I can explain why it was abused. This guy's going to keep screaming. But regardless, I'm asking, why is Biden doing this? This retard in my chat goes, but why is this happening now then? There's always been a labor aristocracy. What's new? You know what I mean? That's the whole reason for that. And I said, your analysis is just as shallow because it can also be applied to China too, that China has a quote unquote, because the reason is because the Chinese government also engages in policies similar to the one Biden's trying to improve at that level of manipulation of the labor market. The Chinese government does that too, and is capable of doing things like that. If the Chinese government were to do that, would that be because they're feeding crumbs to the Chinese labor aristocracy to keep the Africans down? No. Okay? No. This is not a sufficient... a more reasonable explanation, right, would be that Biden is trying to emulate, in many regards, China's model, because China's model is the only one capable of actually assuring the survival of the current American establishment, the ruling class, whatever you want, as far as the quote-unquote capitalism is concerned. Okay, let me unmute him. Are you done screaming?
Yeah, how big do you think the fucking labor aristocracy is? How many people do you think it is? What percentage of the population of America do you think is the labor aristocracy, you fucking piece of shit?
I don't think there's a discreetly identifiable number of people.
Yeah, he can't even identify it. He's a piece of shit. He don't believe in it. That's what he's saying. He's a fucking grifter.
You're so passionate about this, dude. This one.
You a lying piece of shit. You a fucking lying. You a goddamn Zionist. You a fucking Zionist piece of shit.
Okay, why am I Zionist? Why am I Zionist?
This motherfucker doesn't believe in the labor aristocracy. He doesn't believe in imperialism. That is what he's saying.
Okay. No, I think the concept of the labor aristocracy has been abused. When you use it, it doesn't mean the same thing Lenin was trying to... Lenin never identified a discrete labor aristocracy.
Let me read Lenin, motherfucker! He says, these ideas were repeated by Engels over the course of decades, were so expressed by him publicly in the press and proved by his preface in the second edition of the
But they never said this port. They said it was a tendency.
The English proletariat is actually becoming more and more bourgeois, so that this most bourgeois of nations is apparently aiming at the ultimate possession of a bourgeois aristocracy and a bourgeois proletariat alongside the bourgeoisie! This is 150 years ago, you stupid piece of shit!
I'm gonna mute. I muted him. Listen, the difference is that neither Engels nor Lenin could point you at a percentage of people and say, oh, that's the labor aristocracy. It was a clearly identifiable tendency. And obviously, yes, there were people who were, who you could say, yes, this is the labor aristocracy. But in terms of percentages, no, it was so fluctuating, and it wasn't in terms of a discrete number of people. It was a definite tendency, which, mind you, right, in Lenin's time, had a specific political significance, a very specific political significance. That political significance was not stifling revolution in the abstract. It was that there was a clearly identifiable labor movement, a clearly identifiable, most importantly, social democratic movement, and that layers at the top of this social democratic movement were being identified as a labor aristocracy. And this explained why the Social Democrats no longer had an interest in ultimately overthrowing whatever. But that was because those social democratic parties were constituted on the basis of the eventual seizure of power and proletarian dictatorship or whatever. So there's an actual political significance to that. Saying that the reason why there's no revolution in America for the past 100 years is just because of the labor aristocracy is completely fucking useless. It's not a concrete analysis from concrete conditions. It's just a fucking excuse for your own failure and laziness. You're a yelling retard who supposedly lives in China, and your inability, you're screeching and you're yelling because you ultimately understand that in America you will never get anywhere. So what? You scream and scream and scream because you're so passionate about this trivial detail about the issue of the labor aristocracy. As if I'm offended why you're accusing me of not believing it. Like, if I didn't think there was any conceptual value to the labor aristocracy concept, I would just say so. But it's not my position, boy. It's not my position. My position, it does have conceptual value, but it's complicated today. It's not a black and white thing. You can't just say, oh, this is the labor. No, it doesn't make. If anything, right, the modern labor aristocracy would not actually be the working class, quote unquote. It would be the DSA kind of PMC types. It would be the best modern equivalent to a labor aristocracy would be the professional managerial class. But even then, it would be a simplification. Okay, I'll unmute you now.
The white working class, when the white working class realizes this, they try to keep immigrants out. They keep
you were
immigrants
muted
out.
the whole time. No one heard anything you said. No one heard anything you said.
That's how white workers deal with this, the fucking question.
Deal with what? You were
They've been doing it for 140 years. They've been dealing with it for 140 years.
Let me mute him again. So the retard doesn't realize that he was muted this whole time. So this whole time that I was talking, he was trying to speak over me, going off on a tangent, not realizing neither I nor anyone else actually heard him. So if he's hearing me now, I just want you to know no one heard you. So I'm unmuting you now, and now we can hear you. Okay, now we can hear you.
You're a fucking liar. You just muted. You just cut me off right in the middle. I wasn't saying anything. I realized when you did it. You're just a fucking liar. You're a grifting piece of shit.
I unmuted you and you were still talking as though like someone could hear you. I unmuted you and you were in the middle of a sentence that no one could hear what you said before then.
White workers have known for 140 years that they are beneficiaries of imperialists. That's why they try to exclude foreign labor, you fucking idiot!
Wait. Before the era Before the era of imperialism,
After the Civil War, when the fucking labor movement started coming into existence, the first thing they did was try to exclude Chinese labor, you stupid piece of shit.
But that was
They've
before
known for a long time. They've known for 140 years.
But that was
140 years that the capitalists want to import foreign labor because their wages are so fucking high, the capitalists can't exploit them. The capitalists can't make any profit exploit them. That's why they blot Africans in the first place.
Okay.
Marx talks about it in Das Kapital.
So does Marx say that they're the labor aristocracy because they don't want to have the
yeah,
wages
you stupid bastard! It's the last chapter, you stupid bastard!
The last chapter of what? Which volume?
Das Kapital Volume 1!
Okay, let's look at the last chapter of
Capital. Read it, motherfucker!
Okay, Capital Volume 1. And he uses the word labor aristocracy.
He ain't got to! He said that the capitalists have to employ black slaves because they can't make any fucking profit!
But does
what the fuck you think that means, you stupid bastard? What the fuck you think that means?
But that doesn't
You're
mean
a fucking grifter! You're a fucking grifter! You're boss! You're a boss! You piece of shit! Yes!
Shut up and let me talk!
You're a bread tube!
But guess what? That doesn't mean that it's an imperialist labor aristocracy just because they don't have their wages.
It's an aristocracy!
You're trying to make a parody of me. That's not what I do, dude. I don't just scream.
That's not what you do all the time, you stupid piece of shit!
I make a point. I make a point, though. But I actually argue a point. You're not arguing any points.
Their wages are so high, they try to exclude foreign labor. That doesn't mean they're imperialists.
It doesn't mean they're imperialists just because of that. No, it doesn't mean that. You fucking moron. It doesn't fucking mean that, you stupid bitch. You can keep screaming all you want. I'm louder. I'm more aggressive than you. You know what I'm saying? You just listen.
I'm gonna come back to New York and
Come
fucking
kill
kill
me,
you.
you stupid cocksucker. I'm gonna mute you.
I'm gonna get a gun and put a bullet in you.
I'm gonna mute you. Okay, the stupid guy's muted. Listen, guys, there's a difference when I yell like a lion roars. When this guy yells, he just sounds like a 13-year-old girl screeching like a banshee. Dude, just because you're screaming doesn't mean you're manly. When I yell, I command authority. When you yell, you're just screeching like a eunuch with no balls. Okay? There's a difference. There's a difference between reeing and speaking loudly and yelling and forcefully. I do the latter. You just ree. You know, you lost the plot. You sound like a pussy. And by the way, I know you're a troll trying to make a parody of how I argue. But when I yell, it's because my opponents either don't let me talk or keep repeating the same argument that I've already addressed. Similar to how you're doing in regards to this idea that just because workers 140 years ago didn't want their wages depreciated, this means they're an imperialist labor aristocracy. When Engels talked about the bourgeoisification of the English workers, this was many decades after we can record the phenomena of workers opposing immigration and cheap labor because it depreciates their labor. So how could it possibly be that workers who fear foreign labor, how could it possibly be that this means they're an imperialist labor aristocracy? This is a stupid fucking point. Okay, I'm going to unmute you now.
I'm gonna come to New York and kill you, motherfucker, you fucking faggot piece of shit.
Go do it.
I am. I'm gonna kill your fucking family too. I'm gonna see which one of your parents is white, which one's the fucking Arab.
Okay. Okay, white boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Fucking lying piece of shit. You grifting lying piece of shit, bread too, motherfucker.
Okay. Why are you
Just
retarded?
Just because the workers know their wages are so high, they try to exclude foreign labor doesn't mean they're imperialists.
It patently doesn't. Why would it?
Why do they support the fucking wars, you dumb motherfucker?
Which wars?
All of them!
No, it means different in different times in history. Which ones?
All of them!
Like World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War are three different contexts that have three different class meanings. So which one are you talking about?
You're a fucking faggot. You're a fucking lying piece of shit. You're a grifted piece of
By the way,
shit.
why was Trump
kill you? I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Why did Trump run on the basis of being anti-war?
Here's why. Because white workers figured out that the imperialists use their fucking shit to say they think they can tell the world what to do because of civil rights. They get people to sign up for war.
Okay.
They get people to sign up for war.
But I thought they support wars.
They do! The people that fucking sign up to fight these conflicts do support it, and they support what this vision of America is, they support.
So why did Trump run on the basis of being anti-war?
Because white workers don't want any more shit to do with it. They realize what the fucking scam is now, you dumb motherfucker!
So they're no longer a labor aristocracy? The ideology changed?
They still are, you dumb bastard!
So then why don't they support the wars, which benefit them?
Because they have to split up the pie. They don't want to split up the pie with blacks and Hispanics and everyone else. You dumb bastard!
But what do you mean split up the pie? They didn't have to split it
Split up
beforehand?
the imperialist pie, you dumb... You don't believe it! Fucking explain.
No, I'm just saying, how do you get to A from A to B?
How do you get... Yeah, how do I get from white workers understand their wages are so high, they try to keep out foreign labor? For 150 years now that we get to imperialism. How do we get there? Haas don't know. Haas can't tell you. He's like, yeah, that has nothing to do with anything.
No, I'm not saying it has nothing to do with it. I'm saying it's inessential.
Yes, you are, you piece of shit!
No, I'm saying it's inessential to imperialism that workers want to...
white dude. Non-Arabic speaking white dude.
You can't make any arguments.
You're Anglo. Your nation is the English speaking nation, you dumb bastard.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't speak Arabic. You ain't a fucking Arab. You ain't fucking Lebanese either, motherfucker.
Okay. That's what you believe?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah, nations aren't real. Hez doesn't believe in nations. Hez don't believe in the existence of nations.
So you lost.
Two different languages, two different nations. Oh, I lost.
Yeah, you lost.
I lost because white workers, they're not imperialists because they know they fucking make wages so high the imperialists can't make any money off them. Yeah, I lost.
Wait, but why would white workers want to resist cheap labor if cheap labor helps the imperialist bourgeoisie?
Because they're in the contradiction with their own imperialists. The imperialists will import in labor to undermine them, and they know it.
But they did that before the era of imperialism.
Why do you think they imposed slavery in the first place? They didn't do it out of the fucking the goodness of their heart. It's like, oh, these poor black people. Like, no. They did it because they're fucking competition.
But Marx didn't call them labor aristocracy when he supported the North.
He didn't need to say labor aristocracy. He didn't need to say those words, you dumb bastard.
Okay, hold on. Thank you for the 2, Nobi. I appreciate it, man. You made me laugh so hard. I think I didn't make you laugh. My guest did. But so in regards to Marx in the Civil War, Marx did point out that slavery, the institution of slavery, did lead to a division between the northern white workers and black labor. But also, I think it's interesting. You're not really pointing out that in the South during the time before the Civil War, in the South, the white workers were not in the South. In the North, maybe you can make that. You can try to make that argument. Marx didn't make that argument, but you could try to do that.
Yes, he does. He makes it to the last fucking chapter of Das Kapital. Anybody can fucking read it. The labor aristocracy's right there in Marx.
Okay, we'll go to it. Capital, Volume 1. But in the South, the white workers in the South were not a labor aristocracy. No one would describe them that way. They were extremely... Sometimes their conditions of life... I'm not talking in terms of dignity and, but in terms of, like, their living standards, sometimes could be even worse than slaves. So the modern theory of colonization, this is what you're looking for. And which part...
Exactly.
Read
that fucking chapter. Read the whole fucking thing, you stupid piece of shit!
We don't have time to read the whole thing on stream. Which part do you...
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
So which part?
You can basically pick it at fucking random.
Let's see.
Here we go. Just a couple paragraphs down. As in the colonies, the separation of labor from the conditions of labor and their root, their soil does not exist, or only sporadically, or only to limited scale, so neither does the separation of agriculture from industry exist, nor the destruction of the household industry of the peasantry. When this come about, Free Americans who cultivate the soil follow many other occupations. Some portion of their furniture and tools which they use is commonly made by themselves. They frequently build their own houses and carry to market or whatever distance to produce of their own industry. They're not proletarians, right? They fucking do their own shit. That's what they mean. It means they produce what they use, right? They're not exploited by anybody.
Call them the petite
They're
bourgeoisie.
spinners and weavers. They make soap and candles as well. In many other cases,
it would be called the petite bourgeoisie.
In America, the cultivation of land is often secondary pursuit of a blacksmith, a miller, and shopkeeper. With such queer people as these, where's the field of abstinence for the capitalist? Marx asks. People who can't be hired, people who do all their own work, they can't be hired by the fucking capitalists.
Those are the petite.
And that's why they have to bring in fucking black slaves.
Hold on, shut up. In Marx's terminology, those people.
You're a fucking idiot.
Shut your mouth. In Marx's terminology, those people would be considered the petite bourgeoisie, not the.
White dude pretends he's Lebanese. White dude pretends he's Lebanese.
Respond to my point. Respond to my point.
You ain't got a point.
This is the petite bourgeoisie you're describing in Marxism. This is not the labor aristocracy. This is the petite bourgeoisie. So what are you talking about?
See, now, look what he does, Chad. He's making a distinction between labor aristocracy and petite bourgeoisie. The point of the labor aristocracy is they consume more surplus value than they produce. They consume more surplus value than they produce.
That's not what Marx is saying.
That's the underlying point of what Marx is saying.
No, it's not.
Of the fucking chapter. Yes,
if Marx wanted to refer to a segment of the working class that he wants to identify as that consume more than he would say so. He's not referring to a segment of the proletarian class. He's referring to an entirely different class, the petite bourgeoisie.
Non-Lebanese Arab doing word salad now. He's trying to trick people. He doesn't even believe in any of this shit. He doesn't even believe in any of this shit. He just takes the terms and just mixes them around to how he feels.
Okay. I'm just asking questions, and you're not responding.
Wait, why is it not the labor aristocracy and the petty bourgeoisie? Why do they say this and that? That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. It has nothing to do with producing surplus value, right? He don't want to talk about who's producing surplus value and who isn't. Who is consuming surplus value and who isn't.
Who's what?
Who is consuming surplus value and who is not?
Everyone. Surplus value ends up in the
who produces it? Who produces it? Exploited people produce surplus value. Non-exploited people do not produce surplus value. They consume it.
Okay.
A country is imperialist when the majority of their population are consumers of surplus value. It means they do not produce it. They consume more surplus value than they produce. Okay. You are a nation of parasites in that case. This is what he is describing.
But why can this not also be applied to countries with a minimally developed countries, not just America?
Here's how I was asking: how does this not make China imperialist?
Yeah,
he doesn't know here. He doesn't live in China.
No,
people are fucking dirt poor here. In Guangdong, people working at McDonald's, they make 16 RMB an hour. They make like $2 an hour. The people doing the exact same job in America make 5 times the fucking wage.
Yeah, but you have to take into account that in America, no one could live off that wage. In China, people find ways to live off those wages because the food.
The only way
cheaper.
They can live off it is the food is not cheaper. Food that is produced here in China is cheaper.
That's what I'm saying.
Food they have to export, bananas, anything like that, is not cheaper.
Yeah, okay. But
rent is cheaper, but that doesn't mean anything because so many people own homes in America. Some people don't fucking pay rent in America. Young people pay rent in America. Old people don't fucking pay rent in America. They own fucking houses.
Okay, what's your point?
I'm saying the people here are fucking poor. This country is filled
I'm not doubting, but poverty is relative.
Actually exploited people. This country is filled with hundreds of millions of actually exploited people.
Okay. Dude, I get you're a Protestant more, and this is all just about morality to you.
Oh, I'm a Protestant. I ain't a fucking Protestant. I ain't a fucking Protestant.
Okay.
Non-Lebanese white dude. Non-Lebanese white dude.
Okay, two things, right?
Bread tube motherfucker.
1, poverty's relative. 2,
poverty's relative.
According to different countries, yes, poverty is relative. 2, right? There is a considerably growing and despite the poverty that exists in China, there's a considerably large and growing middle class who do not face the same level of destitution. That's not a tiny minority of the Chinese people. It is a large and rising proportion of the Chinese people. So I'm saying your analysis could also apply to them. It's not my analysis. I don't agree with it. But the one you're saying could, on the same level of stupidity, could be applied to them.
He's saying labor aristocracy is stupidity. That's what this fucking non-Lebanese.
So can you respond to the point? Why couldn't it also be applied to them?
Because you could do a global calculation of the fucking flow of surplus value, you dumb bastard. People have already done it for like 50 fucking years now. You don't read anything. You're stupid.
Now, show me the calculation. Show me it.
Pick up Divided World, Divided Class by Zach Cope, motherfucker. Why don't you read it yourself?
So you have nothing.
What am I supposed to give you? I'm supposed to write a fucking book for you right now, you dumb bastard?
So the Chinese middle class...
You gonna pay me? You gonna pay me to educate?
Why is the Chinese middle class
You gonna pay me to educate? You gonna thorough-them?
Why does the Chinese middle class... Where do they get their wealth from then, the Chinese middle class? If not by consuming more surplus value than they're producing.
Oh, there are capitalists here. They're a minority, and they're under the control of the party.
I didn't ask you if there's capitalists in China.
There's not the same thing as what
goes on in the first world. I didn't ask you
if
there's capitalists in China. I asked you why your analysis of what constitutes the labor aristocracy cannot also be applied to China.
These people are nowhere near the majority. These people are a few tens of millions at most.
No, they're not. The Chinese middle class.
There's hundreds of millions of people that are fucking parasites.
Chinese middle class size. Let's see. It's only tens of millions of people that are in the ranks of China's middle class. 400 million Chinese are categorized as middle income.
This is Haas saying China is imperialist. This is Haas arguing China is imperialist.
No, you're arguing that, not me.
This is Haas, China is imperialist. No, you are, you piece of shit.
I'm not arguing it, you are.
White dude, non-Lebanese white dude can't even speak Arabic.
You can't speak Arabic.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking Arab. Neither are you.
Okay. So because I'm not fluent in Arabic, I'm not an Arab?
Haz is also telling you he doesn't believe in the existence of nations. He likes to LARP as a Lebanese person when he don't even speak fucking Arabic. You a LARPing piece of shit, bread tuber.
When did I say I don't believe in nations?
You already, when you pretend you're fucking Lebanese, you piece of shit. When you pretend you're an Arab, you piece of shit. When you don't even speak it.
I'm ethnically Lebanese. That's my family's background. It's my cultural background.
I'm ethnically Lebanese.
Okay.
Doesn't believe in nations, doesn't believe in imperialists, doesn't believe in any of this shit. He's a grifter. Here's
the difference between me and you.
Grifter.
The difference between me and you is that I actually make arguments and I yell, and you don't make any arguments. You just shout slogans and yell. You don't actually make arguments. What you're doing?
I just say
you're shouting slogans.
Of Marxism, Leninism. I just shout the.
You're shouting slogans. You're making accusations, but not backing them up argumentatively.
You're
saying
sloganism. He's saying Leninism, sloganism.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! China's imperialist! Take things China's imperialist! Take things China's imperialist! I'll take things China's imperialist! Take things China's imperialist! China's a lying piece of shit! He gave my fucking stream! He's a lying piece of shit! He gave my stream! He's a lying piece of shit! Take these China's imperialists! Gave my stream! He's a lying piece of shit! He's a fucking great doing bread! Imperialist! China doesn't even know anything about Marxism! Doesn't know anything about Marxism! Doesn't know anything about Marxism! He's a Chinese imperialist!
Faggot! Faggot! You're a fucking faggot!
Okay, guys. He's an imperialist! He doesn't even believe in imperialism! He's saying China's imperialist! He doesn't even read Marxism! Didn't know anybody talking about! What a piece of shit! Oh my god.
We're gonna let people know. No one in China's gonna be dealing with your ass. We're gonna let them know. We're gonna let them know. Anybody that has anything to do with your ass, we're gonna tell them.
You don't live in China.
We're gonna show them this shit. Yes, I fucking do, you piece of shit.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I fucking do. I live in Chongqing district here. Yeah. We'll try to eat Indian.
Speak Chinese.
我不是美国人，我是外国人。
Okay, you're speaking basic things you can learn from the translator. Tell me, read this Marx paragraph in Chinese.
我说的不好.
Read the Marx paragraph in Chinese.
I don't speak 普通话 very well.
Why do you live in a country you don't speak their language, you fucking first world or American piece of shit?
I wanted to see
you don't even speak Chinese? You went to fucking China? You don't even speak Chinese? You fucking colonizer piece of shit, white American? You went to fucking China as a sex pet? You don't even respect them and speak their language fluently? You fucking piece of shit, fucking sex pet, piece of shit cocksucker?
I went to China with a white wife and I've never had sex with a Chinese woman.
Okay, sure, but you don't speak Chinese. You don't even speak Chinese. You don't even speak Chinese.
That's right, it's a pretty difficult language.
Because you don't live there, you fucking cocksucker.
Yes, I do. I do, you piece of shit.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Non-Lebanese white dude. LARPing as an Arab. Bread tuber LARPing as an Arab.
Okay.
Bread tuber LARPing as an Arab.
I love how you think I'm like insecure about being an Arab. Like,
you're not an Arab. You're not an Arab.
Like, what are you trying to say? Like,
you're not an Arab. You Anglo. You Anglo. You a white person. You English-speaking white person.
What is that supposed to mean to me that you're just saying that?
It means you don't even believe in nations. You don't even believe in nations, you piece of shit.
Okay. Is America a
nation? You want to know something I learned from China? You want to? No, of course not, you dumb bastard. You want to know something I learned from China?
So if America's not a nation, then what nation do I belong to?
The English-speaking European nation. That's one. You belong.
How? Literally how? I don't come from Europe.
You an English-speaking white person.
My parents don't come from Europe. I speak the language. That's the extent of my connection to Europe.
You pass as white. Trust me. Okay. You over here, you pass as white. You over here, you taught English.
No one's ever thought that I was a WASP. Everyone thinks I'm either Eastern European or I'm Arab. No one thinks I'm fucking.
You would definitely pass as Eastern European.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely pass as Eastern European. Yeah, you know. You know. He knows he's LARPing. He knows he's a LARPer.
Dude, do you not know there's Arabs that are blonde? There's literally blonde, blue-eyed Arabs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I have
Many of them pass as
relatives.
white.
I have
Many of them
relatives
pass
with
as
red
white.
hair, with full red hair.
Just like you. Just like you. Many of them pass as white. Just like you. You a white
But they're
person.
literally from Lebanon, and they lived in Lebanon their whole life. They have red hair.
You're a LARPer. You're a fucking LARPer.
Okay.
By the way, Marxism, Leninism, is nationalism here. That's one thing you would learn when you come to China. People here are fucking nationalists.
What? Okay.
Yeah, it's nationalism, you dumb bastard.
So what?
You don't even know which nation you belong to, you dumb bastard!
Oh my god. Dude, you're such a fucking embarrassment if you're actually serious. If you're a troll,
I don't care what you
if you're
think.
a troll,
I don't care
you're
what you
funny.
think.
If you're
You
a
don't even
troll,
believe
you're a
in
little
imperialism.
funny.
You
If
don't
you're a
even
troll,
believe
you're
in
a little
imperialism.
funny. If
You're
you're
a
not a
faggot.
troll, you're
When
literally
I
a
come back to
fucking
America, I'm gonna kill
dude.
I'm gonna kill your family first, and then I'm gonna kill you.
Dude, yeah. So in China, I
I'm
don't
gonna look
think
up your
anybody
parents.
respects you
I'm
in
gonna look up
China.
your parents, and I'm gonna shoot your fucking parents, and then I'm gonna come
Okay,
shoot
nobody
your ass.
respects you in China. No one respects you in China.
I don't care what you think.
No one respects you in China, dude. I don't even
No
think
one's
you
gonna
live there.
respect
You don't live in
after
China.
this. After they figure out you're arguing China is imperialist to a bunch of fucking white people.
You're arguing
young
that,
white
you
people
dumb
who think-
fuck.
That's what you're arguing.
You
That's what
stupid
you're arguing.
cocksucker. You're arguing
You're a
that,
fucking
not me.
faggot. You're a fucking faggot. You can't stop talking about faggot shit, you stupid piece of crap.
Because you can't get my cock out of your mouth.
I'm gonna kill you and your whole family. I'm gonna kill you and your whole
But
family.
you have to take my cock
come
out of
back
your
to
mouth
America.
first.
I'm gonna kill your fucking mother first. Then I'm gonna kill your father. Then I'm gonna find anybody else in your family
You have
and
to
kill
take
them.
my
And then
cock
I'm gonna
out
come
of
and
your
kill
mouth
you,
first.
motherfucker.
You have to take my cock out of your mouth first.
Bread tube piece of shit. I'm gonna start killing bread tubers, and I'm gonna kill you first, and then I'm gonna kill the rest of them.
But you have to take my cock out of your mouth first.
Faggot. He can't stop talking about faggot shit. Talking
Yeah.
about faggot shit. He's
my
a fucking faggot.
Because my
He's
cock
a
is in your
fucking
mouth.
faggot. He's a fucking faggot.
Well, you're the one who put it in your mouth. You don't have to keep it there.
Fucking faggot. You're a fucking faggot.
You just take it
imagine
out.
Shit.
Just
Just
take it
imagine
out.
stupid shit. Who do you think even cares about any of this shit? You think your audience gets off on this? You fucking faggot.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, that's why you do it. Fucking faggot. Fucking faggot.
Okay.
Non-Arab LARPer. White guy. Faggot.
So you lost the debate. That's why you're saying this.
No, motherfucker. I'm showing people you're fucking
On every
faggot. You won't even
substantive
say this
point,
shit.
on
You
every
agree?
substantive point we talked about, I fucked you.
Pride. I was like, I don't like pride, but I'm too afraid to say faggot. I don't like pride parades, so I'm just going to pretend like just say, yeah, I don't really agree with the faggot shit either, but I don't want to say faggot because then I'll lose half my audience.
No, I just think it's a stupid
Yeah,
word.
that's you. That's you, fucking faggot.
So I'm scared to say that word. That's why I don't say it. No.
That's right.
It's
That's
a
right. That's
stupid word.
yeah. That's where you are. You're a fucking
It's a
faggot.
stupid, edgy word.
Hey, like,
So
guess
I've
what?
seen you
They
in
don't
my
like
chat
faggots in
before.
China.
So
They don't like
before
faggots in China.
before
They don't like
before I
faggots in
called
China.
before I
They don't
called
like
you out
faggots
for
in
being a
China.
retard. Before I called you out for being a retard,
don't like
you were
faggots
you
in
were
China.
you were always my biggest cocksucker in chat. What happened?
I figured out you was a labor aristocracy denier. That's it. You're
Yeah.
you're a fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you and your family, piece of shit.
You're not gonna do shit.
I'm coming back to America. I'm gonna kill you.
Come
I'm
to
gonna fucking kill
America.
you.
Come to America.
Come back. Come back to New York. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna come right knock on your door. Delivery.
Okay.
Delivery. Bam, 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 bam.
Okay, do it.
I am. You're dead. You're fucking dead. Piece of shit.
You think I'm scared?
I don't care what you are. You gonna know when your fucking family comes up dead first.
Okay. Yeah, he's mentally ill. He moved to China. Poor Chinese people have to deal with you.
Chinese people don't like faggots.
So you're so emotionally attached to the concept of the labor aristocracy. Clearly there's something personal.
It's the only thing that gives
here's what I think.
Is the
There's a
labor
personal
aristocracy.
component.
The only thing that gives the imperialist analysis any meaning is the concept of the labor aristocracy. This is
That's
straight
not
Lenin.
true. That's not the
You're a
only
piece
thing
of
that
shit.
gives it meaning.
Read it. Imperialism and the split and socialism. You're a fucking piece of shit.
That's not
I'm
the
gonna
only
kill
thing
you.
that
I'm gonna
gives it
fucking
meaning,
kill
you fucking moron. That's not the only thing that gives it meaning. There's a lot of other things too. It's not the only thing.
Imperialism is the extraction of surplus value by one nation of another.
Not really, no.
Not really. I don't believe in any of this shit. I don't believe in Marxism.
Where did
I'm
Lenin
just
say
saying
that
shit.
imperialism
I
is
think
the?
Marxism is something I can play with to get
Do you
people to
think?
believe
Wait,
whatever dumb
wait.
shit I want.
When did Lenin say that
Gifted piece of
imperialism is the
shit.
extraction of surplus by one nation from another? When did he say that?
Read imperialism, splitting
He
socialism,
never
piece
said
of
that.
shit.
He never
Yes,
said that.
he does.
No,
Yes, he
doesn't.
does.
No, he doesn't.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
No, he doesn't, dude. He doesn't say that.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you and your family. I'm gonna kill your fucking family first. I'm gonna kill your family first, and then you're gonna know. You're gonna fucking know, you piece of shit.
Just show. Where does he say that?
I'm gonna kill you. Gonna be Christ Church in your apartment. Gonna be Christ Church in your apartment, you dumb bastard.
So you're white nationalist?
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Okay. Well, who's Yaki? What's Yaki mean?
Who you think he is?
Yaki is an American attorney. You're a right-wing troll, dude.
Who you think he is,
That's why you're being so fucking weird,
Who you
dude.
think he is,
He's a
motherfucker?
right-wing troll.
Fucking non-Lebanese white dude pretending to be a Marxist. LARPing as an Arab.
Okay. So where do you come from?
Doesn't even believe in nations. Doesn't even
What do
believe
you
in
believe?
nations.
Where do you come from?
Oh, I was born in America.
No, like what corner of the internet you come from?
I found your ass on 8chan, you fucking piece of shit.
And which part of 8chan?
Which part do you think, you piece of shit?
I don't know which one.
I'm gonna kill you and your family. I'm gonna kill you
Which
and your
one
family.
did you come from?
I'm gonna kill you and your family.
You're a
I'm gonna write a big
pedophile, right?
manifesto.
You're a
I'm gonna write a
pedophile?
big manifesto first. I'm gonna write a big manifesto before I kill you, so everyone in the world's gonna know why I fucking killed your ass.
Okay, you're a pedophile, right?
No, motherfucker! Why would you even say some weird shit like that, you fucking faggot?
Okay. Hold on, I was reading something. What did you say?
I'm gonna kill you and your family's what I said. I'm gonna write a big manifesto before I do it. So everyone, when they find your fucking body full of holes in it, people are gonna realize why I did it.
Okay. Where do you come from? Where do you come from?
Bread tube faggot piece of shit.
Where do you come from?
Bread tube faggot piece of shit.
Where do you come from?
What the fuck kind of question is that? Where I fucking come? I was born in America.
No.
Just like you.
Which part of the internet you come from?
Why does he ask questions? Chat. Why does he ask questions?
Yeah. Which part?
Why does he ask questions? Why does he ask questions he already got the answer to? Why does he do that?
Is it the one I think you come from? You come from the pedophile website?
Christchurch, your part? No, motherfucker!
Yeah, you come from a pedophile website.
I don't look at any pedophile shit on any fucking website.
You're a pedophile.
He just screams shit now.
You're from Lefty Pool?
You QAnon. He's
from
QAnon.
Lefty
He's
Pool?
QAnon now.
Lefty
He's
Pool?
QAnon now.
Lefty Pool, right?
No! No,
Okay,
I've never been to that website.
You said you come from 8chan, so you're a pedophile.
Yeah, 8chan equals pedophile. It's QAnon. QAnon stuff, right?
So you come from QAnon?
Hey, you know what? You know what 8chan is? It's just a bunch of Christ fag fucking on this Q-tard shit. That's all 8chan is, you dumb bastards. That fucking pedophile shit. You don't even know anything about it.
Okay. So where did you come from?
Keeps asking dumb shit. Keeps asking
where'd you come from? Tell me which part you came
dumb
from.
shit. He just keeps asking dumb shit.
Where'd you come from?
I found your stupid ass on somebody posting a link. One of your people went to 8chan posting links about your stupid ass. So I figured, let me see
Where did they do that?
Poll. P&D.
Poll? It's on 4chan.
Yeah, they call it P&D. They don't call it.
So you're from 4chan.
No, you can't post on 4chan from China. You can't post on 4chan with a VPN or Tor.
So you always been my number one cocksucker, then you did this?
Motherfucker, I found you just a few weeks ago. And he was like, oh, he says pro-China shit. He says pro-China shit. Then I found out, oh yeah, he's a labor aristocracy denier.
But you're a right winger. What do you care about? What do you care
draw
about
a
labor
fucking line.
aristocracy?
We're gonna draw a line, motherfucker, and keep fucking
What
pieces
do
of
you
shit
care
like you
about
out.
labor
You're a
aristocracy?
fucking faggot.
But
I come back to
you're a
America, I'm
right
gonna
winger.
kill
So what do you
I'm
care
gonna
about?
kill you and your family. I'm
What
gonna
do
kill
you-
you and your family.
What do you care about labor aristocracy when you're a right winger?
Yeah, the Zionist regime in America has a big labor aristocracy, you piece of shit.
All the white people?
Hey, did you ever read a book called Out in Labor? It's about how the fags got into the labor unions. You ever read that? How they were integrated in the 1970s into the labor bureaucracy?
What kind of
in
right
America?
winger are you? You're a nationalist? What kind of nationalist? You're a Chinese nationalist and you're white?
He doesn't answer questions anymore.
What kind of nationalist are you?
He's a labor aristocracy denier. He's a labor
What
aristocracy
kind of nationalist
denier.
are you? He's from. I never heard of that. Ask him
He doesn't
who's
believe in
this.
nation.
Oh, you're from My Little Pony. You're a My Little Pony guy?
What the fuck is My Little Pony?
Is someone okay? What kind of nationalist are you?
I live here in China.
But what kind of nationalist are you?
A Marxist-Leninist. Even
you're a
before I came here,
Marxist-Leninist?
I started to realize Marxism-Leninism is always nationalism.
Why do you-
And if you come to China, you'll realize it too. The reason why communism works is because the Han are nationalists, you dumb bastard!
Okay, when have I been this like huge anti-nationalist guy? When have I been known
You're doing
for
it
that?
right now. You're doing it right now.
How?
You're doing it
How?
right now, motherfucker.
How?
Let me say he's a white nationalist to my audience. Let me make sure I know that. Let me
No,
make sure
I'm
they know
just
he's a
confused. Why do
he's
you-
a pedophile white
if
nationalist.
you're
He's
truly-
a pedophile white nationalist.
If you truly believe in nationalism, why do you believe in the concept of the labor? Why do you care about the labor aristocracy so much? As a
You
concept.
don't have to be a nationalist to understand nations are real. That's
So
the
what
difference
nations?
between you and me.
So what nations constitute America?
Well, there's the English-speaking European nation. There's the Black nation. There's Atlan. There's the Quebecois in the Northeast.
Sure.
There's the Hawaiians in Hawaii.
Which
right?
nation?
State of Hawaii.
Which nation
And there's
comprises the labor
bunch of little-
aristocracy?
A bunch of little tiny ones.
Which nation comprises the labor aristocracy?
The entire population is parasitic.
So how could you?
99% of it. 99% of them are parasites.
Okay. You're not a parasite?
I'm over here in China doing other things. I ain't have nothing to do with these people.
I think you're a
I
parasite on China.
I spent decades.
What do
in
you
the
contribute
anti-war
to
movement in
China?
America, and
What
I
have you-
realized something.
What have
The
you done
people
for
in
China?
America actually support the war, and I tell people over here, no, it's like they like to say the line. It's like, oh, the government's bad, but it's not the people. Like, no, the people are bad. The people are bad. Just
So
like
here's
you.
here's the issue is that Chinese probably think you're retarded because the whole point is that if you win the people, you can win the state. And you're not going to challenge the American
Socialism isn't for parasites. Socialism isn't for parasites.
Okay? Did you read Lenin's left-wing infantilism?
I read it many times.
You read it.
Many
Okay.
times.
You read it. So you know there that he says despite imperialism, despite the fact that these workers have reformist inclinations and they're whatever. He didn't use this word, but you know they're more privileged and shit. You know,
He's doing CPUSA line. He's doing CPUSA shit now. He's taking out the CPUSA bullshit line, misreading of Lenin's left-wing communism, infantile disorder. He's spitting it now. He's spitting to you CPUSA lines.
Okay, what's the distortion? What did I distort?
If you actually read the book, Lenin's very clear that labor aristocracy is real. He says it's going to be 100 times harder for the Americans to do what they did against the Mensheviks
But
than
he didn't say that everyone.
Yes, he fucking did. He did say that. If you actually fucking read the book instead of quit taking that one tiny paragraph the CPUSA takes out of context, which is what you're doing. Look, Infrared joined the CPUSA. That's why he says CPUSA 2036. He believes the same dumb shit they do.
Can you shut up for a second? You're so fucking annoying.
Fuck you,
Just
faggot.
shut up.
Fuck you, faggot.
Shut
Fuck you,
up.
faggot.
Shut
I'll kill
up
your
and let me
family.
talk.
I'll kill your family. I'm gonna kill
Literally,
your family.
shut up and let me talk.
Kill you and your family.
Shh. Okay, you done?
Say whatever you want.
Okay. In that book, Lenin doesn't say the entirety of the American working class is a lost cause and that socialists in America should give up on because they're all parasites and they should just give up. Lenin says quite the contrary. Lenin even says that the duty of Marxists is to participate, even in reformist whatever. He said, "We Bolsheviks, you know the quote, the phrase, we participate in the most reactionary of parliaments." Lenin doesn't say that they're all parasites.
Don't give up any arena of struggle. And he says, stay in the unions. Don't split and form your own separate unions as long as you can criticize the leadership. So as long as you can go into the AFL-CIO and say, Richard Trumka is a big old fucking Zionist, a Zionist piece of shit who licks Jewish assholes. Yeah, as long as you can stay in the unions and say that in America, you should stay in the AFL-CIO and try to fight Richard Trumka. You can't do that, you dumb bastard!
So the logical conclusion, according to you, is that all of the American people are parasites and they're evil, and then tell us it's over? That's your conclusion? Because you can't criticize unions?
Hey, guess what? When the white workers, when it starts getting bad, when imperialism stops bringing home the bacon, the white workers are going to go into the unions and say all this shit. They're going to say, look at all these fucking faggots in the unions. Look at all these people doing all this shit. Look at all the Zionists. Let's go kill them. Let's go to their house in the middle of the night and shoot their fucking asses.
I want to test your knowledge. I want to test your knowledge. I want to test your knowledge. How is it that how does the what did you say, the bacon comes home? How does that happen? Specifically.
How does exploitation happen, guys? How does
I'm asking you to test your knowledge.
How does the capitalist exploit a worker? How does the capitalist exploit a worker, guys?
But exploitation isn't a moral.
He doesn't even believe in it. He doesn't. Yeah, no shit. It's a mathematical one, you dumb bastard.
No, I'm asking you to apply it in the case of the bringing the bacon home.
He doesn't even believe in it. Exploitation. He doesn't even believe in it. This is what he's trying to tell you. Consider the logic of what he's saying. He's like, how does exploitation?
I'm trying to show I'm showing the audience that you don't know what I'm actually doing. I'm showing the audience you don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I want you to answer me a question. Is a celebrity exploited?
Exploitation is not an individual thing, so it's a meaningless question.
Hey, is LeBron James exploited proletarian because he gets a wage?
No individual is an exploited proletarian individually.
Oh, so there's no such thing as exploitation individually, huh? Yeah, he's just word salad going around the question.
Do you not know that? Do you not know that
word salad? Word salad. Lawyer doing word salad.
Do you not know that the law of value only operates at the aggregate level? It doesn't operate at the individual level?
He's saying if you actually read Capital, Marx nowhere does that. Marx has very specific examples involving individuals.
So how does value transform into price then?
Hey, look. He's like, solve the transformation problem for me, guys. I read about this thing.
Because value doesn't.
Look, he doesn't believe in any of it.
The law of value is at the scale. The law of value is only at a social and aggregate scale. It's not at the individual scale. It's not a direct individual exploitation. It's only at the social level.
Believe in exploitation. He's saying he doesn't even believe in exploitation.
Not at the individual level. As far as Marxism is concerned, like a moral exploitation, a colloquial exploitation.
Slaves aren't exploited at the individual level.
But you're confusing scientific terms with common sense terms.
Now you're doing word salad different than me.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting a report. Okay, any last words? I got some bad news about you, and
I'm gonna kill you and your family.
Okay, get out of here, you stupid bitch. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic for a sec, and I'm gonna... Hold on. I just got word that someone knows who this is. Yeah. Hold on. This guy was, yeah, dude. This guy was like, what a fucking cocksucker. Oh shit. God damn. Okay, yeah, that went way too long. That went way longer than it should have. Yeah, dude, that guy had mental issues, you know? Like, when I go on, dude, okay, here's what I'm pissed off about. Anyone who says that's how I'm like is literally a fucking liar. I'm never like that, dude. I'm never like that. I've never been like that to anyone. I've never been like that to anyone, dude. I've literally never been like that to anyone. Calling him a troll is a cope. Dude, you're a fucking moron. I literally gave him so many opportunities to defend his position, and I made arguments myself, and all he did was scream. On a few things he tried to respond, but I responded in kind, and he didn't. At the end, all he said was, "I'm gonna kill your family." So how is it a cope? Come on, you know what? Who said calling him a troll is a cope? How is he anything but a troll? He's not a troll. Let me tell you what kind of person this is. This is the nervous guy who isn't so sure of himself, so he comes on stream and he acts in an absurd way, knowing that everyone already thinks he's absurd. So he just does it. It's like his form of cope. He just acts as absurd as possible. And it's like damage control because he's not confident in his ability to actually make an argument. He has to shit the bag first. Okay, one's in the chat if I took the L. So I know who to ban. One's in the chat if I took the L. Let's see. You motherfuckers. Okay, I'm seeing enough twos, okay? There's a little too many ones that I'm comfortable with, but there's enough twos for me, okay? There's enough twos. Y'all so shit. Oh my god, dude. You don't believe in the band! You don't believe in later ass talking to you piece of shit! Like, Jesus, man. Oh my god. You don't believe in that! You don't believe in that! You piece of shit! Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Finally, someone who at least read something. I just wish he, Neobium, thank you so much for the 5. A debate isn't a screaming match, you fools. Vote 2. Here's the difference, though, you know? He seems like he was trying to make an argument, but he wasn't making it, you know? He had a baseline level of knowledge, like the baseline ML level, you know, like the introduction level. But he wasn't actually making the case, you know? He was just... Every time I would introduce a complex curveball, he would just scream. Historical levels of rage? I think he was just mad that I yelled at him in the chat. Because he said something stupid, dude. I asked a simple question. Thank you, by the way, for the 5, Red Quill. Appreciate it a lot. I asked a pretty simple question. I was like, why is Biden doing this? And this guy just goes, to give crumbs to the labor aristocracy. Well, sorry, this is fucking shallow fucking analysis. You know, it doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. Mushroom, thank you for the 10, dude. Appreciate it.
Mushroom donated $10 for the Has Bodyguard Fund.
Sounds like a Maoist. I've never met someone who was like pro-China, but also a kind of like third worldist kind of Sakai guy who was like, everyone in America is a parasite, you know? Soviet tank destroyer, thank you for the 2. Tank 1, but you're so full of shit, but I'll take your money anyway. What was I saying? Oh man. Yeah, I saw the Kyle Kalinske thing. Sounded like a third positionist. I don't know, dude. I have no fucking idea. He's gonna go to New York and set up a debate between Pesto Mime and Tank. Nah, dude, Tank's banned. Tank's bad news, dude. He's banned. He wasn't honestly making an argument, you know? I shouldn't have banned him. Well, I got a message, and I can't say more, but yeah, he's banned for a good reason, by the way. He's banned for a good reason. You don't believe in imperialism. You don't believe in the labor aristocracy. You don't think China. You think China's imperialist. You say China's imperialist. Say, dude, calm the fuck down. What are we even talking about? Anthony, I don't know who the fuck Anthony is. Thanks for the $6. Yeah, I'm a labor aristocracy denier. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Huh? He even admitted he doesn't speak Chinese. Maybe he does live in China. I don't know. Dude, even if he lives in China, you just have to contrast the cool, collected, and mature Marxism of China with the overly impassioned, zealous, fanatical, psychotic fucking moralism of this guy. You know? Like, he's screaming and shouting. He fucking sounds like... He sounds like more of a fanatic than fucking ISIS, dude. You know? Dude, that's not the type of Marxism that exists in China. It's just not. It's not possible for that shit to exist in China today. You know, maybe during the Cultural Revolution, you had this level, but get some people from China on the stream to chat. We've had people from China. We've had people from... I don't know. I don't understand, like, what this guy's issue was. He was just mad that I fucking talked shit to him in the chat. But here's the thing. If you want to defend your honor, you don't come on stream and just start screaming and reeing. There's a difference between forcefully arguing. There's a difference between forcefully speaking and reeing. Reeing and forcefully speaking are different. Okay, Soviet tank destroyer, you're literally a bitch. And you know what? No, never mind. But I'll keep taking your money, dude. Keep sending me those $2. I'll keep taking your money. Jason Reza Giorgiani. I'm not familiar. Not too familiar. What were we even talking about before this? Oh yeah, we were talking about the Great Reset shit. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I wanted to talk more about this, I want to talk more about this because there's a lot here, There's a lot here. I think this is something that might come and hit Biden. Here's what I'll say as a closing thing in regards to this, because I want to move on to something else. In regards to this, though, I want you guys to know, do not underestimate the irony of the dialectic. Don't underestimate how contraries can coincide in this sense. For example, don't be surprised about the political realignments that correspond to this. It seems like, in terms of the what it sounds like, that Biden is more left-wing than these bread tube guys. He's rendering them superfluous. We're going to keep an eye on this, okay? We're going to keep an eye on this. He's also got this budget proposal. $6 trillion. Seize the moment to reimagine and rebuild a new American economy. I don't think they're going to succeed. They want to do this, but I don't think they're going to succeed. I think what Biden is doing is planting the seeds to more political division. He's accelerating the proverbial American Civil War. I mean, whether it's proverbial or not, we don't know, but raise taxes on high earners. And he gave a speech in Ohio to workers. He goes, we're going to tax the 1%. It's kind of fucking crazy, right? This 1% rhetoric was from Occupy Wall Street, and Biden's using it. But I think that this is a tragedy in the making. I think what's going on is a tragedy in the making. And I think Biden might be unleashing something he's not going to be able to control. He'll say anything. Yeah, I mean, you're right, but check this out. Damn, you know what I'm so glad though? I'm so glad this wasn't fucking Twitch, dude. On Twitch, I would be gone, dude. We could not have those guys on Twitch. I'm sorry, we couldn't. On Twitch, we could not have those people. We just couldn't. You know? He lied about student debt, yeah. But why is he lying is the question. Why? That's the fucking important question. I don't think we fully understand Biden. I think we don't fully understand it. No one does. No one really has a good theory of what's going on. You know, we don't really understand, you know. I don't think Biden fully understands Biden. Yeah. I think you're right. I think something else was going on. But anyway, guys, this debate took a long time, and I want to move on to the next. I think we're done with this Biden thing. So, speaking of shit we don't understand, I want to have some fun, okay? I want to have some fun, and I wanted to watch this myself. And this is going to be some schizo shit. So get ready. I'm interested in what this is.
In this video, we are going to see that the Quran contains a wealth of information about the world of the occult. Our analysis will focus on the second chapter of the Quran, known as Surah Al-Baqarah, in particular, verses 101 to 102.
I want to see it.
We will analyze these verses from the perspective of history and archaeology. The verses begin by saying, "And when a messenger from Allah came to them, confirming that which was with them, the children of Israel, a party of those who had been given the scripture through the scripture of Allah behind their backs, as if they did not know what it contained. And they followed instead what the devils had recited during the reign of Solomon." The classical Muslim exegetes Ibn Kathir and At-Tabari both explained that the Quran here is referring to a faction of Jews at the time of Muhammad, peace be upon him, who rejected him despite knowing he was a messenger. The Quran rebukes them for not acting upon this knowledge of his prophethood, which is contained in their very own scriptures. They are accused of abandoning their scriptures and instead resorting to practicing the magic of their ancestors from the time of Solomon. There are a number of amazing insights to note here. Firstly, we can see that the Quran makes an important distinction between scripture and the works of devils, namely that of magic. The Quran states that a party of Jews abandoned Allah's words and turned to the magic of devils, implying that their scriptures are free of magic. If we compare the Old Testament with rabbinic writings...
Okay, this is like anti-Semitic. I had no fucking idea. I had no fucking idea this was what we were... I like skimmed through it and I saw like Madame Blavatsky and it was recommended to me, okay? So I don't think we're going to watch this. Okay, I don't think we're going to watch this. But we're going to watch something related. And this is a super cool, underrated fucking channel. Super cool, underrated channel. And let's see. I want to check. Is ancient Phoenician demonology a threat to the modern world? Let's begin with this one. This shit is super cool, guys. This is a super cool, underrated channel. Fucking awesome channel. Okay? Let's check it out.
Who or what was Moloch? And could the belief in this horned god be as much a threat to modern society as it was to the ancients? Worshipped by the Canaanites, not much is actually known about this deity outside of what can be found in biblical texts. What is theorized is that the Canaanites viewed this bull-headed monstrosity in high regard, and that through the Phoenician civilization, its terrifying influence was exported globally. For this idol, young children, including babies, were sacrificed to it as an offering to bring wealth and power to its worshippers. When Arab travelers finally brought Islam to this area, what is now modern-day Syria and Lebanon, such pagan beliefs quickly became irrelevant by the 14th century. That irrelevance was maintained until the 21st century, when in 2015, rumors that the Palmyra...
Is this mysticism? No, it's not. It's a cool channel that it's just like a cool, spooky channel. It's not like schizo.
The Syrian site where some say Moloch was worshipped was to be reconstructed, replicated, and celebrated worldwide. The question is, would the modern celebration of the deity bring with it a blood sacrifice of not just one person, but perhaps thousands?
Fucking intro is so good. Thank you so much, Nub Nibs, for the 5. Thank you so much. Get Logo back on here to talk about ancient Phoenicians, Carthage. We'll have him back on sometime. Thank you for the 5, dude. Appreciate it.
This is Syria, 2015. Once called the Pearl of the Desert, Palmyra, famous for its well-preserved Greco-Roman ruins, has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site for 40 years, renowned for its unique blend of Greek, Roman, Persian and Islamic cultures. In 2013, following the 2011 outbreak of the Syrian civil war, the site came under serious threat due to the surrounding social unrest. But it was in 2015 when ISIS mercenaries made their impact felt in the country with an attempt to wipe out its pagan history by smashing the faces of the statues, bombing the temples, and looting the Palmyra Museum with the destruction of Qaws al-Nasr, otherwise known as the Ark of Triumph. At this time, archaeologists were beheaded and the local population were forced to abandon the town. But this kind of violence is nothing new to the area. The Palmyra, despite being an example of ancient Middle Eastern excellence with regards to art and architecture, has always had a violent and gruesome history due to the worship of Moloch by the Canaanites and their probable descendants, the Phoenicians. So with the destruction of the area's Ark of Triumph came a new but ancient threat. On April 19, 2016, the 2,000-year-old triumphal ark destroyed by the ISIS group in Palmyra had risen again in replica form in London's Trafalgar Square. The scale model of the Ark of Triumph was made from Egyptian marble by the Institute of Digital Archaeology, using 3D technology based on photographs of the original ark. From London, it was then to be showcased in a handful of other key international cities to celebrate Syria's ancient history. However, many people noted the peculiar timing for such a celebration, hinting to more occult undertones. The popular self-professed...
I told you this shit is good. What the fuck is this? I told you this shit is good, dude.
expert on the apocalypse and author Michael Schneider expressed this fear as follows. Is it just a coincidence that reproductions of the ark that stood in front of the Temple of Baal in Palmyra, Syria, are going up in New York and London on the precise day when the Feast of Moloch is celebrated and when the blood sacrifice to the beast begins? Although there is no actual archaeological or biblical evidence that this Feast of Moloch was an actual celebration that took place in ancient Syria, many fringe and alternative theorists claim that this was a real pagan celebration that is now being revived in the modern day. They state that the feast occurred in or around March, April, and May, during the spring equinox, with April the 19th being a key date. This feast typically requires the sacrifice of blood, a dark practice that they say has been executed by the modern world's elites for hundreds of years, but not in the typical way where a child or a virgin woman is stabbed and then set alight in front of a stone representation of Moloch, but instead through global false flag events that often result in a significant loss of life. For example, they state that the sinking of the Titanic on April 15, 1912 was one such planned event. The US's shock and awe campaign in Iraq on March 19, 2003 was another, and the invasion of Libya in 2011 being a third. These three events, amongst countless other tragic global occurrences that have happened during the spring equinox, are said to be blood offerings to Moloch. Some feared that the resurrection of this ark in key cities around the world would represent the first of many horrors to be unleashed upon the earth. Some religious critics feared that reconstructing the temple would lead to ritualistic and open acts of, and I quote, child sacrifice and the coming of the apocalypse. So who exactly is this dark deity Moloch? He is well known in the Bible for being the god to whom child sacrifices appear to have been made in a shrine. One suggested identity for Moloch is the Canaanite deity Baal Hadad, or Hadad. Hadad was considered the king of the gods by the ancient Canaanites. Evidence that Moloch can be identified with him comes from the fact that the pagan altars in the valley of Ben Hinnom, where children were sacrificed, are also described as altars to Baal by the biblical prophet Jeremiah. Furthermore, Assyrian texts state that child sacrifices were made to Hadad, the Assyrian equivalent of the Canaanite Hadad. Baal, simply meaning Lord, was a title used for various important gods in the ancient Middle East. The same title can also be seen in the names of several other demons, such as Baalberith, Belphegor, and Beelzebub, which is originally
Do demons exist in Islam? I don't know if they do. Do they exist in Islam?
combination of Baal and Zebub, like the Lord of the Flies. Like the Canaanite deity Moloch, Baal was reinterpreted by Judeo-Christian monotheism.
Iblis is Satan, Dajjal is the Antichrist, and Jinn. Jinn are not demons though, they're not demons.
As a demon leading mankind astray, away from the one true God.
Shaitan, is that plural? Is Shaitan plural? There's like different Shaitan?
And into inadvertent demon worship. Joam Weyer, author of Pseudomonarchia Daemonium, also known as the False Hierarchy of Demons, is a compendium written from the 16th century dictating the names of 69 demons. In it, Baal is described not only as a king of hell, but also as the first principal spirit. Interestingly enough, within Islam, a few scholars believe that the name Moloch was a pagan corruption of the name Malik, referring to a heavenly angel who was said to be the guardian of hell. So the general consensus is that Moloch or Baal was or maybe still be a powerful entity.
Are jinn really demons? They're not, because not all jinn are bad. So they're not demons.
Not an actual god. But if evil could be something that could theoretically be a threat to the modern world, if not physically, at least ideologically. In the ancient world, there is evidence to suggest that the gruesome worship of Moloch was indeed already a global threat. Even though the idol is Canaanite in origin, historians and archaeologists say it was the Phoenicians who exported the belief in him, not only regionally, but possibly internationally. Today, the pre-Islamic ancestors of the modern-day Lebanese are increasingly being recognized as a race and civilization that had a great significant impact on the modern world than we have previously understood. Having an impact on Southern Europe,
This is what Logo talks about, dude. This is what Logo talks about all the time. The Phoenicians were like bigger than, apparently they were bigger than everyone thought. They were more significant.
North and West Africa, and even the Americas, evidence of Moloch worship and blood sacrifices can be found via the countries the Phoenicians dominated across the Mediterranean. For example, the
Does this mean my ancestors are evil? And also means I'm evil then.
historian John R. Salverde.
What if the anti-Semitism got it wrong and it wasn't the Jews, it was the Lebanese? What the fuck? And the only reason the Jews were bad is because they're related to us. What the fuck? This changes everything.
Links the Greek bull-headed Minotaur to Moloch, later identified with Kronos, Saturn, who has most famously been portrayed by Francisco Goya as cannibalizing his own child. Salierda sees the infant sacrifice offered to Moloch as the same as the annual tribute of 14 Athenian youths fed to the Minotaur. Meanwhile, in North Africa, a collaborative paper by academics from institutions across the globe, including Oxford University, suggests that Carthaginian parents ritually sacrificed their young children as offerings to the gods. The city-state of ancient Carthage was a Phoenician colony located in what is now Tunisia. Children, both male and female, and mostly a few weeks old, were sacrificed by the Carthaginians, as well as in other Phoenician colonies in Sicily, Sardinia, and Malta. And this takes us to the Americas and its discovery. In 1872, a stone anomaly inscribed with Phoenician writing was allegedly discovered in Paraíba, Brazil. It tells of a Phoenician ship which, due to a storm, was separated from a fleet sailing from Egypt around Africa. Since the discovery has been dismissed as a forgery and then later proved that it's genuine, only to be questioned again, is clearly the jury is still out on this. Writing in 1882 in the treatise, Did the Phoenicians Discover
I've heard this theory. Did the Phoenicians discover America? I've heard this theory.
America? Thomas Crawford Johnson states that the Phoenicians traveled the world and founded America's high civilizations, including the Maya and the Aztec. Among the early inhabitants of Mexico, human sacrifice was commonly practiced. He states that here, we find that the deity at whose shrine this usually took place was one which...
I don't believe this shit. I don't believe that the... I don't know. I don't know. Everything I know about the Mesoamerican civilizations and South American and American civilizations, nah, dude, those were... Nobody brought that shit. They have literally like nothing in common. Except abstractly, you know? They only have shit abstractly in common, you know? Like, oh yeah, they do human sacrifice, but like, the language is so different. You know? The language is different, the deities are different, everything's so different, you know?
While going under another name, corresponds exactly with the Phoenician Baal or Moloch. This deity, among the Aztecs, being represented by an image half human, half brute. Contemporary...
And the art is also like so different. There's no comparison, you know?
Fringe theorists Frank Joseph and Zachariah Sitchin go even further to say that the Native American Waubonsee stone discovered in Dearborn, Chicago, was like many things in modern-day Chicago, that it is of Middle Eastern origin. By the way, shout out to my Arab peeps in Dearborn. Holla back at me. Anyway, Sitchin in describing the stone says,
oh my god, dude. Called out. Oh no, we just got called out. Oh shit. Broke the fourth wall. What the fuck? This guy broke the narrator fucking broke the fourth wall.
An integral part of the Phoenicians' religion was infant sacrifice to appease the gods, especially Moloch, and win their favor. The child was taken to a Tophet, a kind of rude sacred site, often out of doors, featuring a stone altar with a depression at the top, very much like a baptismal font. There, the baby's throat was ritually cut, and the sacrificial blood allowed to run through the infant's side's hollow, connected by a tunnel to the sculpted face of Moloch and to its open mouth. Then, the blood of the ceremoniously murdered child would have spilled into a river or sea as an offering to the water gods. With its potential historical worldwide reach, it's understandable why this obscure pagan deity has captured the attention and imagination of so many people internationally, and why many fear that the brutal worship of it could resume. Since worshipping it is meant to grant its followers protection, wealth, and power, it has been associated with the most powerful global secret societies that allegedly exist today. However, to counter this argument, the historian and skeptic Jason Colavito writes that the idea of Feast of Moloch appears to originate from as recently as the late 20th century among Christian anti-Illuminati fringe theorists, ergo that it's an entirely new theory. But ultimately, does that even matter? In a society that relies heavily on semiotics, where everything, at least in the West, has been broken down to a symbolic level, it is what Moloch ultimately represents that is important. This is why more questions were asked in November 2019, when as part of an exhibit celebrating the city of Carthage in Tunisia, a giant statue of Moloch was erected at the entrance to the Roman Colosseum. Previously, the Catholic Church had...
What the fuck? Who made that?
...made the Colosseum a sacred site to honor the first Christians martyred there. The statue was modeled on one found in the 1914 Italian silent film, Cabiria. In that film...
Oh, okay, it makes sense. It literally came from the horror film. It literally came from a horror film.
The idol of Moloch, set up in a Carthaginian temple, has a giant bronze furnace in his chest into which hundreds of children are thrown. Defenders of the statue say that it's simply a part of a historical culture exhibit about Rome's ancient rival, and that no religious significance was intended. So in conclusion, we will ask, could there really be a dark conspiracy to normalize and even revive the cult of Moloch? Or is it simply a matter of honoring and celebrating our past, including its darkest moments? Comment below and share your opinion. This is the first episode of the mysterious Middle East Dark that will delve into extremely controversial topics once or twice a month.
Damn, that was fun. Which one do we watch next? Did ancient Arabian giants build the pyramids? All of these are fucking cool, dude. They're all fucking cool. Let me see. The Sea Peoples Explained. This one I want to watch. I want to watch this one. Alexander the Great and the Wall of the Jinn. Shit, dude. These pills are just too big to swallow. This is fucking crazy shit. This is gonna be crazy shit.
This is a 16th century Persian miniature.
I gotta turn up the volume.
Of a team of jinn helping a man called the Two-Horned One build one of history's most famous walls. In it, both human and jinn, mortal beings composed of smoke and fire, are represented as working together.
Look how fucking scary jinn look, dude. Oh my god, dude. That is fucking scary, dude. That is terrifying. What the fuck? It's scary because it's like this is, you can compare this to a human. What the fuck do you compare? Like, okay, I know what this looks like in real life. Imagine what this looks like in real life. The fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I know what this looks like in real life. What the fuck is this modeled off of? You know? Like, what is this? What did they see that they drew this?
Famous walls. In it, both human and jinn, mortal beings composed of smoke and fire, are represented as working together in its construction. This is an unusual portrayal, as both species are quite often viewed as enemies of each other, or at least a danger to each other. So what threat could be so dangerous that two entirely different species of sentient life would be forced to work together in order to keep it at bay? Some say that threat was a nation of ferociously savage humans now lost to time. Others say that they were a race of bloodthirsty demons or powerful anomalous humans, but many believe that this race still exists today and go by the name of the apocalyptic entities Yajuj and Majuj, otherwise known as Gog and Magog. This is the Hexa channel, and welcome to this collaboration with the mysterious Middle East. A socio-political tool to separate and demonize a race of people, or means to protect the Middle East from actual supernatural demons. In 1999, a team of archaeologists began exploring what is ominously known as the Red Snake, remnants of a giant wall located in the Golestan province, sandwiched in between the Alborz Mountains and the Caspian Sea, with a length of at least 109.
You guys know you know what the red pill is? Gog and Magog. And the Wall of Alexander was about the Thracians, aka the Turks, aka the Mongols, aka the nomads from Central Asia. Don't tell anyone I told you, because it's fucking... Oh, this is occult knowledge.
95 kilometers. Historians say that this wall...
And the prophecy already happened. It was already fulfilled. And now the world already ended, basically.
Also known as the Great Wall of Gorgon and the Caspian Gates, was built, or at least augmented, by the 3rd century Sasanians of Persia to protect their empire from the Hephthalites, a fierce Central Asian power. The Sasanian Empire was absolutely huge, encompassing Turkey, Syria, Iraq, and Iran.
It was the Turks / Mongols / nomads in Central Asia because those people were known in the time of Alexander to be a huge unknown threat.
In 2004, using radiocarbon dating, archaeologists announced that they believed that a part of the wall dated back to...
And I know, actually, Alexander fought them. He fought them and I think lost. And that's where Alexander's wall came from. Alexander's wall is because... Let me see. Alexander in... the Thracian campaign. No, that wasn't it. Where did Alexander fight? I don't know, I forgot.
At least...
Yeah, Amu Darya. I was just fucking trying to... Amu Darya Alexander. Did he lose that battle? Sir Darya, yeah. Jaxartes. But let me see. Alexander Amu Darya. Or Sri Darya, whatever. Battle. Let me see what the battle was. The Battle of Jaxartes. But the Macedonians won. Saka. Oh, they were not Turks or Mongols. They were an Iranian nomads. They were Iranian nomads. But Alexander's expansions did not go any further than that. That's so fucking weird, dude.
4th century, where the Persian king Khusrau is believed to have developed much of the wall.
This is some Resident Sleeper content, then fucking leave, dude.
Other historians state
I should just ban you for saying
that it is entirely possible that he built this on an already existing structure, built at least a century earlier by no other than Alexander the Great. If we are to assume that Alexander's wall is the Red Snake, that would mean that for 1,000 years, until the extension of the Great Wall of China,
they were from Mongolia and they were Persianified after embracing... No, you're talking way later. I'm talking about the Battle of Jaxartes between Alexander and...
under the Ming Dynasty, the Red Snake was the longest wall in the world. Alexander the Great was an ancient Macedonian ruler and one of history's greatest military minds. By the time of his death, at the young age of 32, he was a king of an empire that stretched from modern-day Greece to Pakistan. Often associated with the wall in the semi-fictional biographical book, The Alexander Romance, it says that he built a wall to save the Middle East and the world from an army of cannibalistic warriors.
Who were those warriors?
According to the historian Boyle, in 1977, this Alexander Romance was sometimes referred to as Pseudo-Callisthenes, from which 2 Latin versions emanated in the 5th and 10th century. Within this book, which is a semi-autobiographical account of Alexander's life that seems more fantastical than historical, Alexander encounters a plethora of fantastical creatures, including giant insects, fairies, and a variety of different monsters and demons that challenge him on his journeys across the Middle East and Asia. The incident that gave impotence to the latest version of the Alexander Romance was the identification of the wall or gate which Alexander built in a mountain pass to lock out what he would term the barbarian tribes. During the course of time, this barbarian tribe became known as Gog and Magog, or Yajuj and Majuj. The identities of Yajuj and Majuj has always been a mystery, but has always been associated with a wall or great barrier, and that their return will herald the beginning of the apocalypse. In the biblical book of Revelation, it tells how Satan will be imprisoned for 1,000 years, and how on his release he will rally the nations in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to a final battle with Christ and his saints. Islam has a similar narrative, stating that the end of the world would be preceded by the release of Yajuj and Majuj, whose destruction by God in a single night would usher in the day of resurrection. But what exactly are they? Some say they are a supernatural force, while others say they were or are a political force, an army or nation capable of dominating the world. More abstractly, others interpret them as merely analogues for human tendencies, making them purely an ideological concept and not physical. Whatever they are, they were fearsome enough for Alexander to not only build a wall to protect the ancient Middle East from them, but also, according to some traditions, employ the help of the jinn to aid in its construction. But more about the jinn later. This question of race and human lineage has always been a key element in identifying who Yajuj and Majuj are. Some historians note that in the Bible's genealogy, Magog was a grandson of Noah through his son Japheth, and from him were descended the people of Central Asia, who later moved into Europe and were the ancestors of modern-day Europeans, and also related to modern-day Russians, Persians, North Indians, Turks, Mongols. Within this context, they play into a narrative fueled by a xenophobic ideological fear of the other. Yosef ben Matinyahu, a historian from the 1st century, states that the Alexander's Wall, also known as the Iron Gates, were designed to be a barrier against the Scythians, a group of ancient tribes of nomadic
not the Thracians, the Scythians. Fuck, I got it wrong.
Warriors who originally lived in what is now southern Siberia. According to this historian, among the Jews they were known as the Magogites, the descendants of Magog. In the Alexander Romance, it states that the gates were built between two mountain ranges that were literally pulled closer together by God after Alexander prayed for a way to gain a strategic advantage over Yajuj and Majuj. There, he builds the Caspian gates out of bronze, coating them with a fast-sticking oil. These gates enclose 22 nations and their monarchs, including Yajuj and Majuj. According to this account, the geographic location of these mountains is rather vague, but is consistent with other accounts, both archaeological and arguably fictional, as being in the vicinity of modern-day Turkey and Armenia, the Caspian Sea, Iran, and Russia. Within some Christian texts, the gates of Alexander were established between two mountains to prevent the armies.
Look out behind me.
Of Yajuj and Majuj from ravaging the region. Like what is written in the Alexander Romance, there is a story of Alexander praying to help strengthen his position against the two, resulting in entire mountain ranges being pulled together so he can make an iron wall between them. Within Arabic and Islamic tradition, it is believed that Alexander the Great went by the name Dhul Qarnayn. In the Holy Quran, in Surah 18, Dhul Qarnayn literally translates as the two-horned one. Comes across people in a valley with whom he can barely communicate, but who beg him to protect them from the Yajuj and Majuj, who are spoiling the lands. Dhul Qarnayn builds an iron wall that will keep out Yajuj and Majuj until the end of days. Since hardly anything of the Red Snake or Iron Wall has survived to the modern day, the Egyptian writer and blogger Lamia Al-Khwaili notes that the wall may literally be an anomalous structure of an unprecedented scale, designed to shield creatures that are themselves anomalous in nature, keeping them hidden from the rest of the world for thousands of years. To back up her argument that Yajuj and Majuj are supernatural creatures different from anything that has been described before, Al-Khwaili states, "It has been narrated from Ibn Abbas that when he asked Ali about the creatures, he responded by saying, God has created 1,000...
Hey, this sucks. I'm sorry. This is fucking boring. This narrator fucking sucks. He just sucks. This narrator sucks. I think we're done with this video. Yeah, it's just. Sorry, dude. I was trying to get into that video, but just not interesting, you know? Just not interesting. Massa Man? Who the fuck is Massa Man? I don't care about the race shit, dude. This racial shit. I don't give a fuck. Let's see. Just saying, do not watch this at night. We're gonna watch it at night.
Serious issues, and as our Sheikh said, if we hadn't seen it, if I hadn't seen it, you know, it would have been a different scenario. But we've seen things with our own eyes that have caused impact on our lives, and these guys are all going to leave. I'm going to be here with you guys all, and it's going to be a bit of an issue. If something happens, he's going to say ma'as salama, he's going to say I'm feeling sick, he's going to just slither away as he mashallah always does for my companionship. We're good friends, don't worry. And I'm going to be left here, and you're going to come and tell me, do ruqya on me. And so I have to be the one that gives you the disclaimer that I have stopped doing ruqya for many, many reasons.
This is not CGI, this is all real. Everything you're about to see is real.
And I try my best to avoid it as much as possible for multiple reasons. And it's not something that and one of them is simple. It's very, very, very time consuming and energy draining. It really drains your spiritual energy. You're just after an hour session, half an hour session, you're just done for the day. I don't know how some of the Raqis do it for hours and hours after time. It's something that I found exhausting. It's something that started affecting my personal life and my family life and whatnot, and I just decided I'm not too interested in this profession. I'll leave it to the experts, alhamdulillah. So with that disclaimer, and also one more disclaimer, one of the main points of us listening to these stories, and these are all like, except for Sheikh Ammar, who narrates from somebody who narrated from somebody, but the rest of us have all eyewitness stories here, and inshallah you trust us, you know us. One of the main purposes.
God damn it, dude. This is just like a religious speaker. I thought it was going to be like spooky stories. Sorry, guys. It's my recommended, okay? It's just my recommended. Alright, we'll watch this. What the fuck is this? The mountain. Okay, this is real. 100% real.
يا ويل أمي بسم الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. طيب يا أخوان، هذا الموقع أي شيء تشوفونه على الخاص على طول زي ما قلت لكم هاشتاج تويتر.
Did you guys see that? That was like a face.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. قسما بالله مرعب مرعب مرعب.
It's real. Okay?
بسم الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. السلام عليكم. تذكرون الكرسي هذا؟ قسما بالله لسه محله، هذا اللي تحرك. شوف من قوة التحريك ضرب الجدار. طبعا هنا يا اخوان كلها خفافيش، كلها خفافيش. هنا الآن وضع البيت جدا عادي، جدا عادي. اخوان اي شي يجيني. عمو جاسم برا ها. اي شي يجيني. جاسم برا بالسيارة.
It's not gonna be a jump scare.
هذه قرصة منه.
Call of Duty Civil War? What? There's a new Call of Duty? What? Hold on. This video's 10 minutes. We're gonna finish it. There's a new fucking Call of Duty? Duty Civil War? What? No, there isn't, dude. What are you talking about? Huh? Civil War. Is this from Modern Warfare? Nah, dude. I don't buy it.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some mysterious videos that'll make you question everything. But as always, before we dive into these fascinating stories, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content just like this.
To see a face peeking out from appreciate in shape, it seems quite possible that this could be a
Alright, I think you guys, I should probably end stream now, right? Everyone pretty much left. You know, it's just... Right, I should just end stream right now. Streams are usually much longer, but... Yeah, I just... Dude, you know what's funny? It never got this low on Twitch. You know, we never got this few people on there. Whatever. Whatever. Oh man, 14 days, guys. 14 days, and then, yeah. 14 days.